It tastes what is it? A little Baskin-y.
Oh.
Yeah,
we're live.
just like Carol.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Andrew, what are you drinking?
Just some leftover stuff from camping this last weekend. So it's some Breckenridge amber ale. Nothing crazy exciting, but
are you not doing dark beers as much?
no, that's just what I had.
Oh, okay.
I brought along beer for people to share and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, got to drink what you have in your supply, and that's what I usually do.
Finishing off the cooler.
Unless it's Michelob Ultra, which is still sitting in a box next to my. I can't drink that stuff. Oh, Gak, you weren't here the night. Okay, when one night I ran out of beer here. I think I had just had like 1 or 2 beers, and I went looking all over the different both refrigerators. I mean, looking for beer. I'm like, God, there's nothing. I have nothing to drink unless I switch to hard alcohol. Yeah. So I go to the little cooler and I find a refrigerated bottle of that.
Stone Enjoy by After.
Yeah, that Stone crap that I talked about, and I said, okay, it's all the beer I have. I'm gonna give this a try, one more try, and I poured a glass of it, and I just was like, oh God, this is just awful.
Brut IPA or whatever, the BRUT.
Oh,
where it's supposed to age or something. And it's it just didn't work out.
It's just awful. I just poured all of it in the sink, and then I had a ginger ale and
somebody said you have to be really careful with it too, because like the yeast will fuck up their fermentation stuff, because it like really bites onto the sidewalls inside the fermentation barrels or whatever.
No,
because that Brut IPA or whatever, or the Brett stuff is supposed to be like longer aging, and it, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Like a parasite,
and it's not even good. So just don't do it. Yeah. Don't brew it.
Yeah.
Stick to what you know and what you're good at.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Use those barrels for other better things. Anyway, welcome to the Arcade Hangout, everybody. That's my music because I don't have Jim here yet. I see him in the chat, but he's probably making.
We at episode 500 yet, or how far are we along with this shit?
Yeah, what episode are we at, Andrew? Welcome to episode 234, and I'm happy to announce we are now up to, after 5 years in business, we have 511 subscribers. Hey!
Thanks to that.
That's like 11 more than 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Man.
And don't take this the wrong way, and go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And with all that YouTube money, I can finally afford to go out and buy some bubble yum.
Just one stick.
Yeah.
Maybe a Jolly Rancher with that. Nick for a nickel.
We can buy 1 foot of bubble tape. Yeah. Not the whole 6 feet, but.
Yeah. Yeah, you go up there. I can't afford the full 6 feet. Can I just buy 2 inches? For 20 cents.
Put the rest of it on layaway.
Yeah, put the rest behind the counter until I can afford the rest. I gotta wait another 6 months on YouTube income.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I gotta split that. I only get a nickel out of that.
Yeah. Right.
What a rip off. Anyway, we're a group of friends that like to get together once a week and talk about arcade machines and what we've got and what we're repairing and what we're refurbishing and what we're pushing off roofs and what we want to steal from our friend's house when they're sleeping and what else? And also any multimedia fun stuff, but really there's not a lot of movies to talk about unless whatever you're scrounging on TV.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix, and I have that Shudder service now, and Disney Plus.
Amazon
so we
Prime.
talked about that, Amazon Prime, and all that good stuff that most people have. I do want to talk about. I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it now or later, but I talk about a movie I tried to watch that you guys might have heard of. So I have this new streaming service called Shudder, which is like all horror movies, right?
Oh yeah, wasn't that started by HBO or something?
It might be. It's a standalone service if you want, but if you have Amazon, it's like an extra $5. So that's another extra $5 to get a nice little catalog of horror movies, that you might not have seen and stuff. So, plus they've added the Joe, Joe Briggs drive-in thing?
Billy Bob Thornton
not Billy Bob Thornton. Billy.
Yeah, I know.
Billy Bob Briggs or something like that. Yeah. I used to watch his stuff back a long time ago on some cable station. I can't
Then
remember.
TNT,
but
I think. Yeah.
yeah, it was a TNT station. Yeah.
Yep.
And he knows so many people in the business and has so many stories, and I find them all interesting. I love that insider shit. So I've been watching his drive-in stuff, and I watched like The Stuff, or I watched Society. Remember that one that we were supposed to watch soon? Oh God, what else? Brain damage. Anyway, my point is just a few days ago on the weekend, I tried to watch one of them that he even pre-warns, you don't want to watch this. Don't even watch this. But we're putting it on the show just because it's so controversial. And he goes, I can't even believe that Shudder is airing it. And it's a movie called Cannibal Holocaust.
I've heard of that. Yep. Sorry.
Have you guys heard of that one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So it's one of those movies that's like, it's one of the first, might be the first found footage movies. And the first hour of the movie is them just trying to get the recorded material from the expedition that got killed out there, right? So that's an adventure in itself. But along the way, I don't know if they get hungry or what, but they show them kill animals along the way, and they show it close up and hear the animal screaming and stuff. And I have a real problem with that, just because I don't know. I don't want to see.
And it was real animals too, like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's real.
Why it was like this is made back in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, it's an old movie. Yeah, very old film, probably in the 60s or 70s. And they were actually commissioned to show these killings to by some company that market is like big in Europe or something somewhere. So it's an Italian company that made this. Everything's dubbed over. But where I turned the movie off, and I'm going to try and go back to it, is where they pull out a big giant turtle and hack off its head and start cutting it open and gutting out its organs for the shell. And I love turtles. I don't want to see that. That's just
I've never seen it, but I one of the movies that I'd heard about, and I think I remember the plot. It gets worse too, because they
we're
worse,
way worse. So later when that was like the beginning of the found footage stuff, but I guess
the cannibal boom too, like the cannibal there was a big cannibal boom in that era too.
A lot of cannibal movies, and it was one of the big ones. But they show the people, I guess eventually they get captured, and some get tortured and skinned alive. And they show this one girl gets spiked through her anus, through her mouth, and it's just like super. It looks super real too. Yeah. That's the other creepy part. So this Italian filmmaker, made this movie to make it look like it was a real deal. And not only that, when he returned to Italy and distributed the film, he purposely had all his actors hide and not do any, make it look like that they were actually all killed.
Yeah, right.
Well, it was so realistic that the country actually pressed charges on him and took him to court, and they were going to put him in. And thought it was a snuff film. Yeah. And he purposely made it harsh, like it was real. Like, remember that movie, that Nicolas Cage movie, 8mm or whatever that was?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to see if it's a snuff film or not. It's kind of like that kind of thing where, you're not sure or not. It's so real. Well, when he was in court, he had to prove that everybody was still alive. So he had to go not dig up, I shouldn't say that, but he had to go find all those actors that were in the movie, bring them into the court and go, see they're okay.
Right. And again, back in the 60s and 70s, for all young listeners, before like there were cell phones and like, just tweet at them and they'll fucking
it's for word of mouth. So that was he had to be super controversial, do something super shocking. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the special effects stuff. I don't want to see the mutilation of animals. I really had a hard time watching the turtle. The first they kill a muskrat, that looks like a little rat. I'm okay. That's not okay, but I could deal with that a lot better than carving up a cute turtle, Right. That turtle was huge, man. It was like, God, 3-4 feet. Like
a tortoise.
Yeah. It's an old one. Yeah, I mean, that's an old tortoise. Yeah, maybe it's a tortoise. Yeah. Well, what's a tortoise? Isn't that from Blade Runner?
Yeah,
it's a turtle. What's a tortoise?
It actually was banned in a lot of countries. It got I found about it was it got on a list called the Video Nasties in England. It was a list of about 50 or 60 films that all said you just can't show this anywhere. And like if you read
Mhm.
up on all those, it's all like mutant zombies or like cannibal this and cannibal, like it's a list of like some. You start reading, like, again on Wikipedia, start reading some stuff. It's like, oh wow, that's some dark shit right there. Like,
Yeah.
and you
I
see, like,
mean,
all right, like,
yeah,
maybe
and he
see
would
why they
get
said,
real. He would get real tribes and stuff too. That just were
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, I'll be in a movie," or whatever. And so it all looks super authentic. I mean,
yeah,
some of it you can tell might be acting and stuff, but on the whole, it just yeah, it's I don't know. I'm just surprised it's on Shutter. Tell you the truth, just like Joe Bob says, he's like he can't believe that they're airing it.
yeah,
But he had
they
all
got this, yeah,
yeah, you can't believe it. But he has all sorts of cool factoids and stuff. So
Mhm.
if you want some extra fun streaming service stuff, Shutter's pretty cool so far. I'm digging it, and I haven't even watched the Creep Show series yet, so I gotta still check that out.
Yeah, I saw the first one of that on AMC. It was nice. It's it's one of those. It's never going to be as good as like the movies that I remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, but the first one was graphically well done. I just didn't like the stories. I have the rest kind of bummed up on my DVR, but yeah.
And each one's different, supposedly,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
so hopefully, if you hate this one, you'll love that one. I mean, kind of like Creep Show is.
Yeah, well,
right?
it was two. I think it was 3 different stories on each episode, or 2 different stories.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
so
there? I didn't even know that.
It
That
was
was
20
one
minute
story
stories.
per.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there was at least 2 that I can remember from the one that I had watched. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's my multimedia news. Anybody watch any fun movies besides Cannibal Holocaust?
Yeah.
I only watched half of it.
Anything is gonna be more bright than that. Yeah.
Over the last like 3 or 4 nights, I binge watched the 2nd season of The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, I've been hearing about
nice.
that.
Good things about that.
It's really good.
Me too.
Yeah,
I keep
definitely
hearing.
enjoyable.
So you watched season 2?
Yeah, I saw
That
season
just
1
dropped.
a long time ago.
Did you enjoy that one too?
Yeah. I kind of forgot. I drink a lot, so I forget shit. By the way,
I think I liked it.
I have to note something like
I like this.
I tell my local buddies today, like I'm back, like was my little quote, and then I texted a picture of a beer, and they're like, what else is new, right? You're always drinking beer. Like, no, man, like Saturday I wasn't feeling good. I only had 2 session beers, and then it'd been over 72 hours since I had a beer. And I'm like, that's the longest stint I've had since COVID started.
Oh man.
3 days without a beer, Yeah.
It's like a long vacation.
You getting the shakes or something?
Yeah, right. So but yeah, so I kind of started I probably should have rewatched the first season before starting the second season because it'd been a while.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I kind of vaguely remembered stuff as they were mentioning it throughout the show.
I know there's a
but-
talking monkey in it.
Yeah. So it's really well done, I think. And like I really like the kind of, we'll say kind of a little bit artsiness to it, and the way they do the music. Like it's really, I mean, it seems like a lot of montage, like kind of 80s feel, like they put music to a scene that's happening or whatever, But it's really well done though. They kind of cover like 60s through the 90s music, like kind of jumping around. And it seems really appropriate for the scenes that they do. So
So the music's
really
pretty
like
good
that
on the
part.
series too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long time ago, well, not super long time ago, maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something around there. I took my daughter to the Comic-Con, and she wanted to go with me. This is the first year she wanted to go because she wanted to meet Gerard Way, who is the lead singer of is it My Chemical Romance? No, not my. It's oh shit, Gerard Way. Help me, Andrew. Who's the group he's in?
You got me on that one.
Oh shit, you'll know it. Okay, Black Parade. Shit. Okay, hold on. I just forgot because that's her group, not mine. Hold on. Oh, maybe it is My Chemical Romance. Okay, I had it right. Okay, My Chemical Romance. They're sort of a gothy group, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, he was there promoting his brand new comic that he wrote, but he had someone draw it for him and artistically draw it. was the Umbrella Academy. So that's
really?
his baby. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So he's now, I don't think they're even together anymore, My Chemical Romance, but that was a band that my daughter loved him and was in love with them. And so we got to meet him and she signed her comic and, all that kind of fun stuff. So I just love to see now that like it's been turned into this super popular series on Netflix. And now I'm like, I got to check that out. Cause I didn't really read the comic. I think I thumbed through it.
No, not at all here. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's kind of interesting that it's just grown to be that now a season 2. Man, that's it's a good series, I guess, if it gets a season 2 usually.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got some popularity.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely enjoyable.
Yeah,
so
I saw Griffin. Griffin was tweeting about it, and he's like, "I can't wait to watch season 2 of the show." And I posted, a show's always better when you add monkeys to it.
Speaking of Griffin, I saw you like it, man. He's gone nuts with the whole 3D printing thing. He's got the full Mandalorian outfit. Like,
it looks really good.
He totally makes it super detailed.
Shiny.
Yeah.
He sanded that. He told me he sanded that shit for hours.
I'm sure.
Because 3D printing, you kind of see the little
all the resolution in layers. Yeah.
Yeah. So he just sat there and just,
Yeah.
Because you can't really use a machine because you might sand too much.
No.
And you got to keep that shape.
I mean, I've heard. I've never tried it myself, but I heard you can use. It's like acetone in a pressure cooker. I think just a little bit of acetone. Just to get the steam going, and it helps like melt the surface a little, just enough to kind of put a sheen to it. But I've never actually tried it, so I can't say any process.
He's almost done with it. He's like doing weathering now on it, but it looks damn good. I was like, wow, that looks like a fun project. It's like build your full blown Mandalorian costume. Holy shit, so good. So. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, Gleek put up a bio for My Chemical Romance. I was doubting myself. Is it My Chemical Romance? I thought that was like the wrong band. But anyway, sorry. I'm just reading Gleek's posts here. Oh, it's not gothy.
Jimbo, we don't see arcade games in the background.
Yeah, where are you?
I moved them. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that your fake background? Are you going to use mine?
It is. Watch my hands disappear. Oh wait, that doesn't
so it's
work.
Just like when Andrew puts on Mock's background, you put on Carrie's background, huh?
Yeah. except mine's panoramic. See?
Yeah.
Well, I just gotta say one thing. It's nice to see the bouncing boobs again. We've missed those things, Buffett.
Yeah. Buffett.
Shooting out the coins out of the butt, like or whatever.
Hey, that's just the way the animation goes, man. I didn't.
I know. I still like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss
it. A little star flares out her butt.
We're regressing a couple years back when Buffett used to post that, and I missed it.
We all missed it. Let's be honest.
Well, it's back now.
Thanks to COVID, mine do that too now.
Need a bit more exercise there, big boy.
Yeah. Noticed.
How hot is it there for you, Buffett?
It all depends. It's been anywhere between like right around 100, 102, I guess, to anywhere in the high 80s. So it's been hit or miss. Last week it was really hot. It was up in the 90s and the hundreds. And Saturday, Sunday, yesterday, today, it's been somewhere in the 80s to the, low 90s, but the humidity is what gets it out here.
Oh, I hate humidity.
Yeah, same here.
80 degrees.
Well, not here, but
still,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's 80 degrees, because the humidity still feels like 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way it goes.
Yeah, our temperatures have been pretty hot. I'd say it's been hitting 80, 90 regularly in the last week or so. Right? How about you, Gak? Same with you over there, right?
We have a rarity. It's dropping into the 80s tomorrow. It's been in the high 90s to hundreds.
But see, a dry heat is a lot easier to put up with.
Yeah, it's not as humid, that's for sure.
Yeah, humid is rough.
In Minnesota, we get dew points that are like 70 degrees, and it's like, holy fuck.
When I distinctly remember, I lived in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma for a few years. There was one day, and it's never this hot normally, but it gets this humid. It was 94 degrees and 94% humidity. I'm like, geez, you can see like a fog in the daytime, you know, and you're just like wet, just like, it's awful.
Yeah, it's like a wall of mist almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like hot mist.
Isn't 80 degrees in California wife beater and nanner hammock weather?
Yeah.
Well, the first time I came out here, it was like, Carrie was like, well, you might want to bring like a jacket or something because like it's gonna be cooler. I'm like, well, what's cooler? Well, it might get down to 55. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? That's still shorts and a
shorts.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's like when it hits that comes spring in like Minnesota, you see all these people freaking like 40 degrees. People are running outside in short sleeve shirts. They're all excited, but because there's no more sub-zero temperatures. I'm sure Seabart can relate to that.
Yeah, it's about mid-20s up here, Celsius.
So the high today was 96 and it's 84 right now.
Yeah, sounds about right.
We're 68 in American.
Yeah.
We actually we got a little rain. We had the hurricane briefly touched us with wind, but not as bad as other areas. But I think we got like in the 70s today, so that wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How about Andrew? When you went camping, was it pretty hot?
No, it was like up where I was at because I was at altitude. So highs during the day, you know, definitely in the 70s. But like down in Denver,
very comfortable,
like 90 every day.
You have tall trees to like give you shade and all that. So it's
try to
bad.
Camp as deep into the trees as possible, wherever I can get the van. Really.
Do you do a campsite where you've got like next door porta potties, or you do a campsite where you're out in the middle of nowhere with bears?
I prefer the bears to porta potties.
You can't really use a bear as a porta potty.
That's right.
Yeah. Be confused.
Turns out they do shit in the woods.
Does it make a sound?
Only when the tree falls.
Yes, only when someone's around to hear it. Yeah, no, we free range whenever possible. So it's like basically just hit national forest land, and it's all just free range camping. And we usually set up like at established sites where someone else has built like a fire ring, just because they're kind of everywhere. But you just basically jump on like utility roads and just drive way the fuck back there, get away from people, find some other tiny little road to pull off to, and look for campsites.
That's cool.
Sounds awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Blair Witch Project.
Andrew's standing in the corner.
Just
breathing heavily.
Yeah, I know. Yes, perfect. Exactly.
I like in Scary Movie where they spoof that, and she's got the big snot bubble coming out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
which she did in the damn movie too.
I'm so scared.
It like gets like this.
She sort of did in the movie. Yeah.
So she totally blew snot in the movie. Oh,
yeah.
terrible.
Underrated movie for when it first came out, because like you didn't like at the time, like really at the beginning of the internet, you didn't know that was fake. You know,
that was the first movie that really used the internet to its advantage to promote it.
Oh, buzz, word of mouth and buzz and go viral. And
they had a website
shit.
about it. They set up several websites. I think. They were like blogs about it. Well, before blogs were really blogs, but like little web pages here and there.
To make it more mysterious too. Like, are they still alive?
Alive, yeah.
MySpace and GeoCities
that was very
pages.
similar to that cannibal Holocaust thing. Like, are they still around? Are they alive?
Right. I think the same thing too. Like they stayed off of like everywhere for a couple.
They hid for a little while, but they were in with it. You know, with the director going, "Yeah, that's a good idea."
Me and Carrie are going through the Paranormal Activity movies. She's never seen them, and we watched the first one, and she didn't really, she went into it blind, but we watched it through Discord. And it got her.
I find them boring. I want to take a nap watching them.
They're fun.
I like them. Those are good.
Yeah, they're fun. The first one, especially, if you don't know what it's well done. The acting is really believable. I wonder if they just gave them a rough outline and they're like, just kind of go with it because like it's very believable. It's how people talk.
It feels very like they were kind of given guidelines and they kind of just riffed it. That's what it felt like. They're just pretending they're a couple,
which is the way to do it.
Well, they did it with Blair Witch too. They had they had cards that they were given like, okay, this is your motivation.
Right.
You're angry and you're lost. You know, it was just like simple stuff. You know, just go.
Fucking map. Yeah.
Why'd you throw the map away, you fucking idiot?
Yes.
I don't know. We don't need it.
I like the Simpsons spoof
go
on
do
the.
that.
Oh yeah, where fucking Homer's taking
Homer's-
a piss for like 2 hours.
and
The time keeps going. He's like,
then eventually it's the demon, and it's like, oh,
it's Mo.
demon freeway. Yeah, exactly. Safe word is cinnamon. Oh, then you just hear the
Yeah,
demon.
yeah,
Cinnamon, cinnamon, cinnamon.
Guys, I'd like to try something. That's a really good one. That's one of the more recent ones too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Treehouse
there's
for Horrors,
enough. There's enough seasons now. It's just who was it? It might have been Carrie. I can't remember who I was talking to, but I'm like, it's getting exciting because now there's almost more seasons than there are days of the month of October. So now it's because usually I watch one Treehouse of Horror for each day of October. Now it's like, oh, now
Oh,
there's that many seasons now.
I
Yeah.
know. Mm. And with everything going on, like I think cartoon or animated shows, you can actually shoot during the quarantine because you can just do that from a studio as opposed to like regular shows. Like,
Pretty soon, all television will be
Yeah.
animated.
You
Mhm.
can
Special
literally
guest
phone it in.
voice with George Clooney
We're gonna bring back animated Star
and Brad
Trek.
Pitt.
Yeah.
Picard will be animated.
Bugs Bunny played by Brad Pitt.
Pitt. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a trip. Well, I have something to share if you guys want to see.
Yeah.
I saw some new Tron toys out in the market, so I had to get them. So I got here. Let me turn off my virtual background here.
What? That's not real.
Yeah.
All this
See,
time
how
you
do
don't.
It
you
looks
don't
just
have any
like it.
keys?
Yeah, how do I turn it off? Let me see.
Put the pop up and then just click
General?
choose
Bottom
virtual
left,
background.
there's a video.
Yeah.
Yep,
option.
and then choose virtual background and then click on none.
Add image. Oh, here it is at the top. None. Okay. All right. So, so I bought some of those Tron 12-inch figures, which you guys might have seen in my display case, but they came out with a new one, and the company, these fuckers, I'm a little mad at them because now they come with all these accessories that I didn't get when I got the first run. The first run, it was just them, the figure, and a disc. That's it. So the newer figures come with like kind of like streaks of energy coming off the discs, and you can and there's different ones, like if you're deflecting a disc, it shows up deflecting off with the energy. You know, it's like a physical.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this, but see the disc. I can see like the energy, and it's blocked by.
Yeah. Like a
So this is
ricochet or
the-
something.
This is Flynn when he turns red in the movie to like run around. So and there's a disc there as well that you put on.
Where
his
do you
back.
even get those? That like
So I
Target
just
or-
ordered this on Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah,
Amazon.
everything Amazon. Yeah. So this one, yeah. So the newer ones, like I said, and there's also alternate hands, so it looks like they're throwing the disc, and you can see the hands like throwing it.
weird.
So that's cool. So I got that in now. As you guys know, there's no San Diego Comic Con,
Mm-hmm.
and
A
like
virtual one.
yeah, so we have a virtual one. So Gak and I both own the Tron standee. It looks
Yeah.
like it's in an arcade box. Yeah.
Right.
And Gax is still looking great, and mine
Yours,
looks
the cat
shitty
got at
because my
it.
cat shredded the plastic because he saw himself in the reflection.
Mine's stretched a little because
little-
someone pressed on it and stuff. But
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
Yeah. Not too
I thought-
bad.
My little piece of shit cat. Anyway, this is the new exclusive for this year for the San Diego Comic Con. If it didn't get canceled, this is what they were going to sell there. I probably would never have gotten this if it wasn't for COVID. So this is one good thing about COVID.
Yeah.
So what they do is they came out with, it looks like similar to the shitty clamshell that Disney's would put out for their
Yeah.
movies,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's something like this, and when you open it up, it even looks like a videotape in there. And those are the accessories for Tron. You know, this is a special Tron where you've seen him where he's red with sort of like the rainbow chest stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Like in the poster or whatever.
Yeah, the
posters,
posters and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
You see
Okay.
where he's got his hands on his sides. Anyway, you take the cassette tape piece of paper off. And then
It's
you've
not a
got-
real tape.
I know it's not.
Yeah, it's not a real tape.
Oh, I want my money back.
The Dark
Nice.
Tron. And now this is one of the coolest things about it is they painted it with with
Oh,
fluorescent lights.
UV, yeah.
So
Oh,
me see
damn,
if
that
I
is really
can-
nice.
Cool.
Huh.
so you get the fluorescent Tron. See him, his
Looks like a
circuits sort of
skeleton.
they sort of
Yeah,
light up.
That's really cool. I like that. Huh.
I mean, it's glowing, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna make like a little stand now, like
Just
a
beware
display
of,
case?
don't splooge on it, okay? Because
This
that'll
one
look
has-
really wrong.
This one has the paint.
Well, if you
as
do
well.
splooge over the whole thing evenly.
Yes, right.
Hard to-
Even coating.
hard to see at this camera, but yeah, that has the light.
Nice.
Wipe it nicely, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can also check for other fluids in the room. Oh
Yeah,
no!
right.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's a bad choice. You have a cat also,
Yes.
so you really don't
My
want
Yeah.
damn cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, so yeah, it comes with a stand, Jim. Like right here is a stand that you can stand on. So that's a little peg.
I think
for
you
stuff.
could always have like
Awesome.
a UV light pointing at it or something, backlighting it, or
Yeah, so I'm going to be ordering some sort of like black light LED strips and put them somehow in my display case.
and then you're gonna have
so-
Keith 3D print you a whole thing, right?
no,
Because he's
I
got
can't-
abundant time right now.
yeah. But yeah, no. I'll do something with some black light in
Oh,
my
cool.
display case, so that'll light up. Now, unfortunately, the blue circuits are not painted in the fluorescent color, which I thought sucks.
Oh,
So I might just get some fluorescent blue paint and get a magnifying glass or something.
paint it
Draw
like a
in.
model. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bummer that they didn't do that. So
The mock, that reminds me, I was moving some stuff around. And I don't know how I wound up with 3 of these things, but these are those Tron coin holders. That's
Where'd
from
you get
Comic-Con.
that? Oh,
That's
really?
the Comic-Con thing also.
Was that when you went to go get that?
I bought them off eBay. So inside here it has
Flynn token.
yeah, the Flynn
Oh.
the Flynn Tron token.
Oh.
Oh,
There's
man, I
like
didn't
several
get
of them
that.
in here actually, I think.
So, do you think they gave those
Yeah.
away when back then when they were giving away those?
it was it's part of the same promotion.
'Cause I didn't.
I don't
get
know
one
if
of
when
those.
I bought the the miniature arcade machine thing,
Yeah.
if I got these with that or bought them separate. I don't remember. It's been years.
Mm.
But yeah, it feels
Yeah.
kind of gooey, like there's some kind of oil on it or something. I
Hmm.
need to go wash my hands now.
Something-
Like,
something-
Yeah.
Something's leaching out of that
Here.
Chinese plastic.
yes,
Here,
exactly.
hold up your
Yeah.
hands. I'll put the black light on.
Yeah.
You see
Nice.
there's a little bit of shine to my fingers now.
Yeah. Oh god, there's a lot.
Oh,
Do you
So,
moisturize?
so I was showing my wife the Tron with how the circuits glow. It looks way better in person than showing you on video. But anyway, I was showing her it, and I go, "Hey, we should check out the house and see where all the pet stains were." Whoa, what a mistake that was!
Yeah.
I want to throw up in my mouth. It's so
It's
bad.
always like this.
It's so bad. And I'm like, honey, we have to tear out this carpet.
Well, good thing you don't have teenage boys,
Yeah.
walking around in their rooms.
Yeah, take it to your son's dorm room. It looked like
Just like
Oh.
Jackson
everywhere. Yeah.
Pollock.
Yes, exactly. All you need is like one single black light in the bathroom. Shut all the lights off. It'll just glow right out. You can see everywhere.
Make you rethink things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in like a black light night light. So every turn the light.
Yes.
you just go-
So my wife bought this light for trying to find those like worms that are eating her tomato plants. Have you heard about
Okay.
those tomato bugs that are they're horned? They're called horned. What are they called? Horned centipedes or worms or something. I don't know, but they eat the hell out of your plant. Like they got on her pepper plant and they ate a whole pepper
Jeez.
in one day.
asshole.
Right
And it's
now.
big too. They're big suckers and they're thick, like that long, and they hold really tight and they're really hard to get off the tree. Ugh,
Jeez.
they're so gross. So you don't ever want to have those. But anyway, they blend in with the tree. They're created by giant moths, and they would get those at night.
Huh.
And so if you have a fluorescent light, they light up like bing. Oh, there's one. Bing. So you
Wow.
can find them and get rid of them so they don't eat your precious tomatoes.
Oh,
you're
interesting.
growing.
Hornworms, they turn into
Hornworms. That's it. Maybe that's it. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
big.
They're big,
suckers.
big green. And the thing is, they look really cool, but they if they're like the ones we get in Minnesota, they look really cool, but they don't turn into any sort of like the moth that they turn into isn't that spectacular. It's just
No,
a
it's an
plain
ugly
little
big
brown,
moth.
yeah,
Big
plain
brown moth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
not
know
like
those
anything.
giant
It's not like a
moths that-
Cecropia or like a polygon,
Yeah.
like a really beautiful moth. It's just like, oh, well, that's kind of disappointing.
A big brown powdery moth.
Turd.
I hate those. Oh, they're like bats
They
flying
smell.
around. And
So my
they're-
son's friend, he moved back to Arizona some years ago, and his dad was posting stuff on Facebook. They live kind of, I think Chandler, maybe outskirts of Phoenix, and I guess you can find scorpions that way too. Like at night with the black light, you can find scorpions in your
I think
yard.
I've heard that before too.
But
Yeah.
he'd go like scorpion hunting in his backyard at night. I'm like, I think I don't want to know about it. You know?
Yikes.
Finish
Right?
you.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But you can check
Oh,
your
nice.
shoes in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it sounds like a scary hobby.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Like, screw
exactly.
that.
Suddenly, arcade collecting sounds way better.
Yes.
From crackheads.
All right, I'm gonna go wash my waxy, greasy hands from this.
Okay.
shit.
Carrie and Jim, you're right next to each other, right? On the couch. Ah,
Indeed.
man.
I'm not complaining. She makes really good Cosmos.
Jim, what arcade games did you play at Carrie's house?
I've mostly been playing Clax.
Yeah, that's been it. Well,
What?
you haven't been here for a weekend yet. I mean, he arrived on Sunday, and yeah, we haven't played any games. I haven't played a single game. We've been working.
No pinball, Jim.
No, I
We haven't fired anything up in the
not
garage.
in the garage.
Yeah.
Her Clax is
Brought
right
your
here.
Wonka with you so you'd have something to do.
Yeah, bring
right?
Wonka with you.
Yeah, that
Ship that
carry
over.
on.
Yeah. Can I put this in the overhead?
If I could use Wonka Vision, I could just shrink it.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Yeah.
Now, how do you get it back?
Yeah, I like to play Clax a lot when I'm here. Like, if I'm like gonna work out or something, it's like, oh, this is a good game to play for half an hour and stuff. The only thing I hate about it, it's just like Tetris where you can't disable continues. It's one of those games, and so like I won't continue. But we're just talking about like the next time we bring it out to CAX, and it'll be fun to see people put up scores if they can beat mine and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, you can't disable continues, so naturally, that's kind of a moot point. Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah,
it's
you can
kind of
just
silly.
you can just assume that everybody who didn't beat you or everyone who beat you used continues.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm
Like
going
yeah,
with.
yeah. Like, oh yeah, they must use continue. That's why my score was beat.
Doesn't your score reset when you continue or not?
I don't know if it's like Tetris. It doesn't.
Okay.
I haven't tested it.
That's really cheating if you can just keep putting quarters in, your score keeps going. Because usually, like with fighting games and stuff, you put a quarter in, your score resets, doesn't it?
Yeah, for
Like
some
Final
of them, for a lot
Fight
of
and
them.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, for like the beat 'em ups.
For
I
beat
don't
'em
know.
ups.
Yeah, beat 'em ups or like most of
don't
those
know.
Capcom
Depends on
games
the
that you can
game.
continue. How
Yeah,
about
I
like
think it
Forgotten
does.
Worlds? I think that sets to 0.
Forgotten Worlds drops your score to 0, but you keep all your zennies.
Oh,
And if you actually just push through the rest of the game, you rack up bonus points based on your number of zennies. That's why we
cash in.
we can't do Forgotten Worlds in a tournament, because if you get caught continuing and you actually finish the game on 2 quarters, then you get extra zennies
Oh, yeah.
That bummer.
theoretically.
Can't have that.
Although actually, maybe that argument's not very good because it resets your score. You do get bonus zennies, but the thing is that theoretically, in the time that it takes you to continue, you would lose because there's a set number of zennies based on the path that you go. There literally are. There
Yeah.
is a max score you could earn in that game.
Even
Oh,
getting
it
the
is,
big
but-
Zenny.
Even getting all the big
points.
ones. But theoretically, yeah, like on like the big ones, like on the last level, there's like ones in the little side shoots. But you have to shoot them to get to them and fly over to get
And
to 'em.
touch them. Yep.
So yeah, to get all 4 of them would be really tricky, if even possible. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, not only that, but when you're continuing, I think it's still like scrolling along and you're missing Zenny.
Yeah, you're missing stuff. Literally, yeah, that's what I'm saying. As
So,
you're dying and waiting for
yeah.
the continue,
So I
unless
think
you
it'd be.
drop a bunch of quarters and then just casually hit the continue button.
Oh, watch this, Clint.
So speaking of high score conversation, maybe Mock, you might know this, or any of the rest of you. Have you guys played Ikari Warriors that much?
Oh yeah, I used to love that game.
So Scott Bardelli, if you know who that is.
Yeah, he sold me his punch out.
Yes, exactly.
Did he?
So
Okay.
actually, on one of the poker nights, I don't know if you were there that night, Jimbo, but he kept talking about it. Like I think he has an Ikari Warriors, And his whole deal with his collection is he wants to feel like he could at least place like really high on a world record level on his own games.
Right.
It's
That's
like
why he sold me. That was one of the selling.
Because he's like, I can't play good enough on that or something.
Yeah,
right?
I don't
so
like
he gets
much
rid of
I'm not
it?
very good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Akari Warriors is one of them, and I guess he has like a theory that because there was a couple different versions of Akari Warriors. So my original understanding, there really was only two. There was the original one was not, the original was not actually JAMA. It was close to it, but not quite JAMA. And then that was right in the middle of when they became JAMA became a standard. So I actually have both circuit boards. I have the pre-JAMA one and the JAMA one. And his theory was that I think he said the pre-JAMA one was the one he's looking for. And that's his theory on what the actual world record was set on. And he said the way you can tell during the gameplay, I guess they did an edit because other countries, the way they saw some of the logos, because I want to say like at the beginning, the planes have like stars on them, or the wings have stars on them. I don't know what that represents exactly, but later on, there's like swastikas. It's like the German plane.
Yep.
And you can see swastikas on the
That's way
wings.
Deep in the game. Yeah, but that's there.
And he said something like you would know right away when you fire up the game, but I'm like, I don't know. So when I just tried to do a quick search before trying to plug it in, I'm not sure. I think the non-JAMA was the Japanese version, and it's not in English letters, Akari Warriors. It's the Japanese logo.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that's what it is. But I have the board right here. So here's something kind of weird about it, because it had a JAMA adapter on it, but it was like a really funky, like almost homemade, and it's got this crazy like cord that's like a stereo wire or something. It's really bizarre, and they tapped into these lines here. But I tried to look up the pinout on KLV for the non-JAMA version, and the PDF scans are kind of sketchy. Like it only shows like 2/3 of the pinout, and then like the next sheet shows the other third. And I'm confused as to which size. I'm just scared to plug it in because I think one of these is supposed to be a ground wire that you're supposed to plug into a ground, and the other one I think is supposed to be either +5 or -5. But I need to figure it out before. I don't want to just plug it in and say fuck it, I'll try it,
What's worse could happen?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. Like a 3-board stack.
What company made Akari Warriors?
I think it's SNK.
Irem? Oh, it's SNK. Yeah, that might be. No, SNK might have made the home release though.
It says SNK here on the.
Yeah, because I actually had that. I had an Akari Warriors control panel. I sold the knobs.
Yeah, the rotary controls.
Yeah,
those are pretty valuable now. And I actually have like, I don't know, 12 of those freaking things.
Oh, wow.
Because I was working on collecting. I wanted to do I think Griffin he did it, but his was only like 3 or 4 games. The idea was to have like 6 rotaries in one machine with a switcher. And I have all the parts. I have like 7 or 8 boards actually. They made like, I think maybe 9-ish rotary games that were vertical, I want to say. And then there's 1 or 2 that are horizontal. I think Midnight Resistance and Akari 3 are horizontal rotaries, and then the rest are all verticals. So like, Guerrilla War.
And,
yeah, actually, I lied. It was my Time Soldiers, and then someone bought it from me for an Akari Warriors. Because I'm like, wait, I don't remember ever owning it. I'm like, oh, Time Soldiers. Which, by the way, I still have a broken PCB if anyone wants one.
Yeah, and I think mine.
Quick sales plug. I should put that up on.
When I went to test mine, I had the same thing. Oh no, it had some graphic glitches, but you can kind of. It's not going to show it very well here.
Isn't it the end, near the end of Akari Warriors, when you get into the base that there's a dead corpse of Hitler sitting in a chair, and then you bomb something, and then the floor opens up, and then you go inside there, and then the rest of the end of the game is sort of like hidden in there, and then you finish it that way.
I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that's what. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Someone
I could
said
post.
Hack Commando and turn that into a rotary game. That's one game that should have always been a rotary game. That's so annoying.
Yes, I have Bermuda Triangle. Got Victory Road, Ikari
Got
Warriors.
asteroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gondomania.
Yeah.
Heavy Barrel.
Guerrilla War.
Oh, these are
Time
ones
Soldiers.
you have. Oh.
Yeah. Them just not the ones I took. I took screenshots of them because I've been trying to organize some of my circuit boards over the weekend, and yeah, but I'm scared to plug that one in until I confirm like what do I need to connect those wires to. Because I've got my cabinet's got a JAMA set up, but I don't want to plug it in until I'm sure I have those wires.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
smart.
ground should be pretty easy to identify, though. I mean, it's going to be everywhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you could just multimedia it across the board.
Yeah. And if it's got test points, you could at least, sometimes they'll have at least ground test points.
So I could, as long as those wires aren't touching anything, I could effectively plug it in, and it shouldn't fry anything.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but I was saying,
exactly.
getting your multimeter out and just test which one of those. If you think one of them might be ground, you could hunt around for ground on the board.
Yeah.
Probably pretty easily.
Okay.
Because ground's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
So you should be able to find, it'll be the big, thick stuff, generally speaking.
Right.
Yeah. And if there's any 5-volt test points, you could also poke around.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got test points that are marked, then obviously you can
And
test
that's
that really
essentially
easy.
testing it for continuity.
Yeah, if you get continuity between one of those things and ground, that one needs to go to ground, and the other one's at 5 volts, then it goes to 5 volts.
Mm-hmm. Bring out the logic probe.
Right.
I'm scared. Yeah.
Or also pull up the JAMA pin out, and then you can poke around on the adapter on that
Yeah,
side
there you go.
and go for here's
right
where those line up.
Right,
that's a good
That might
idea.
actually be easier.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
easier. 'Cause you'll know
Right,
for
especially
sure.
if those little pigtails coming off there are tied into the JAMA adapter,
Yeah.
then it'd be real easy because then you just identify on the
And
adapter.
hopefully that JAMA adapter is keyed where the key is, because if it's not, then it could be a little bit hard.
Yeah, it's not keyed. But
No.
there's some strange wire that comes
We're trying.
around. Yeah. There's a wire that comes around down here and then goes around to the back. I don't know.
The flux
I just need to
capacitor.
investigate a little more, I think.
So you could probably get pretty certain, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
there might be still a moment where you got to eventually plug it in and tie those wires in and cross your fingers.
But yeah,
Point
I
to
think
the one
that's Bardelli's theory is that if it's
Interesting.
that one, the one that has the swastika symbols in it, that's the one that the world record was actually set on. Because
Does it score differently?
yeah, he said something about like he's played the normal JAMA one, and he doesn't think it's possible to get anywhere near the world record on that one.
I was checking YouTube videos on it. I can't find any videos that show the swastikas, but I could swear I remember seeing them.
I'm pretty sure it's the Japanese,
Yeah.
the original Japanese version.
The
and
Japanese version? Oh.
That's the non-JAMA one.
I do vaguely remember a logo of Ikari Warriors with like the Japanese writing either over it or underneath it.
Okay.
Does sound familiar.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I'm old. I might be wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I think I found it. Boom. All right. So jump to, I'm going to put this in our thing. Jump to about 15 minutes in. Okay.
The
So
Hitler thing?
that YouTube video. No, you can see the swastika stuff.
Ah,
So this must be the Japan one then, I guess. I don't know. Because I couldn't find it on the other ones. But there's
Right.
giant swastikas on the red carpet.
And I think there's a plane. It's like a bird's eye view of plane that's like parked, and then the guys you're fighting are coming out around it or something. And then on the wings of the plane, it has swastikas, something like that. That's what I recall seeing in a quick video.
Let me see. On the plane when it crashes.
I think it was just a stationary plane. Like, but by the time you get up to it, it's already parked. And then
Oh,
there's
when you first get out of the plane.
maybe. I'm not sure.
This one has a star on it. It says 12. I don't know if the other one has that, but yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about the whole Hitler thing. I don't remember like certain NES games would have Hitler stuff in it, like
If you
Bionic
go to-
Commando.
If you go to
exactly,
if you go to
the very end,
1457,
yep.
there are like clearly swastikas on the floor.
Wasn't Doom or Duke Nukem? Wasn't that the end boss too? Hitler for the
Was
Super
it?
Nintendo? I thought so. Not Duke Nukem. Jesus, what was the name of that? Was it Doom? Yeah, I think I am thinking of Doom.
Or Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Thank you, Wolfenstein 3D. Yes, that's right. Fuck.
I mean,
yeah,
that's all
close.
about killing
Yeah.
Nazis. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Killing Nazis.
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 So yeah, 1457. There's swastikas everywhere.
Yeah, all the way to the red carpets.
Yeah.
Right.
So I only got to make it like 15 minutes into the game to find it, right? Confirm it.
Well, the
Jeez.
game's only 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes long. Yeah, it's pretty
So
short.
I need to make it almost the end of the game. In other words, yeah, that's gonna happen.
Mm.
So you own that arcade machine. That's a quickie.
and right there, actually, on like 15 seconds in, you can see the kanji right above Akari on the title screen,
Okay,
like right at the beginning.
so I want to say that's the giveaway. That's what Bardelli said. If you just
Oh,
first
you're
start up
right.
the game, and you can see the Japanese logos.
They just removed the Japanese writing in the top.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's what it was.
Interesting.
So it'd be
Also, the
interesting to
end.
fire up your MAME cabinet, Steve. and
Yeah,
see
I
what
already
you've got in
played through it, and I have the US
Dial
one
it up.
on mine, but I
But
think I do
I
have.
believe
I
that's
have
his-
Japan.
That's Bardelli's theory, anyways, because he doesn't think because he's played it a lot. I guess the regular JAMA one,
So if
and
you
he's
jump
like,
to
"There's
the,
no way you can get close to that high score."
so it depends on the machine if what score you can get. Wonder why? Maybe the scores
But
are
he
different.
thinks it just wasn't properly noted in whatever the world record, Twin Galaxies or whatever. It might have been.
Oh.
Well, not to go back to Forgotten Worlds too much, but there are some ROM revisions of that where you start
Yep.
with a weapon.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have to buy a weapon for longer, that's more zenny in your pocket for the end of the game.
There you go.
So different ROM revisions definitely affect your end score.
Here's a weird change. Okay, if you go in that link I sent,
Mhm.
jump to the end of the game where there's a giant military guy in a green outfit with his
Yeah.
little.
Oh, yeah,
whip.
that's right. That's right.
So-
Giant.
Yeah, he's huge. I don't know. It's stupid. He's already standing there when you walk up to him. He's like, and he goes, "Oh, you've done a great job." Into the game. Well, what's weird is they removed his dark circles under his eyes and they gave him a giant hat in the American version. It's like, why make that change?
Right. He
You
needs
know?
a hat. It's like
Yeah,
it's the new
give him a
Elvis
hat.
Stacy
We found
doll.
that the Americans just find them more likable if they wear a hat.
Yeah.
No, here I'll put a link to the hat version.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Fuck, am I frozen again?
So he even has a different face.
We hear it.
and
Well,
stuff.
your picture's
Okay,
not
cool.
showing
Yeah,
up, but you're
just
here, your
no
Yeah.
audio.
No, it's like I've gone a couple. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I just posted a link to the US version, and check out how different the commander looks at the end there. He looks like way different. They gave him like a giant hat. He almost looks like a, I don't know, like maybe a Southern commander or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
they moved the title screen all the way around because the bullet is moved down to the left, and Akari is moved way up high.
Oh yeah, you're right. So there's no swastikas on the red carpet. But look at the giant commander at the end. He's got a giant hat and his face is
He's
different.
got like a sombrero on.
Yeah, it's huge with like some Southern X thing on the front, whatever that means. I don't know. It's weird. And why is he so damn big? He's like called Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah, that's like a General Patton hat or something.
Yeah, so weird. Bizarre. I mean, why is he so big? He's as big as his boot. Your guy.
He's just sitting there like tapping his fucking nightstick or whatever that is.
Yeah, he's already like
The
there.
riding
going,
crop.
Why is he already there going, "Oh, congratulations, you won"? You think you have to win first before he goes in there to say that to you. He's just already there.
Well, that's interesting. Actually, so this one
Bizarre.
that was 100. Was it? No, geez, 1.3 million. What was the score on that other one where they just finished the game?
Oh, I don't know.
I lost the other link. Where is it?
I think I can bring it up. It was 1,304,000. Excuse me.
COVID.
COVID, run. I'm infecting you all.
Where's your mask?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm taking off my ear.
I'll put a little mask over here. I'll put a little over my microphone.
Come on, Mark. We're only 6 inches apart here, buddy.
Well, so it's interesting. Like both of them, I didn't look at the scores too closely, but they're both 1.3 million.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The two different versions of Ikari Warriors.
And the different endings, how they changed the guy, they changed the commander.
So they both are close in score.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, I drink, so I probably forget how Bardelli told the story. I just swear he said
Bardelli does too. He might have said the wrong story.
Yes.
He was talking about a totally different game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Carrie's game, Time Soldiers.
Yes.
That was such a winner too. Yeah.
Deflating bosses.
Yeah, the never-ending game, just going through levels and levels, insane.
Yeah, does it ever end that game?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. It was like, ooh, baby. Oh no, no, actually.
There's really no point in jumping into the time portals in that game either. You just defeat the boss and you go on the next level.
Although I'm kind of sorry I gave that cabinet away because I could have put my Space Fury in it. It actually was in better shape than Space Fury. It's the same ugly ass cabinet. They're fucking ugly cabinets. Talk about somebody decided just to take a big old cop out. I mean, the one that my Time Soldiers was in. Yeah, same.
That's kind of the
Zaxxon. It was a Zaxxon.
Yeah, the Sega converted cabs or
poor
whatever.
Zaxxon. It gets shit on so much.
Yeah, I know. And, you know what's sad is it would have been Zaxxon would have been a better game to have gotten than fucking Time Soldiers and the Zaxxon cabinet.
That's sad too.
Yeah, I know, right? So sad. But I do. In retrospect, I'm like, damn it, I wish I'd have kept that. Because actually, I just put. I sold my Gap Plus is gone. It went bye-bye.
Really?
Yeah, and so yeah, when I was on last week, I was like, oh yeah, I have a buyer through Facebook. He followed through. It all went smooth. He actually showed up early. I was still technically asleep.
I think you dreamed that. Yeah, I think you might have dreamed
really
that.
early.
Yeah. I'm like, oh. He made a road trip actually and stopped in Monterey and then finished the trip on Sunday morning. So yeah, Gap Plus is gone, and I put I know, but only because Jim has one. Otherwise, and his is better with the Galaga 88. So.
And how about Tails? Is that still there or gone?
It's still there. It's waiting for the whole thing to finish with check clearing and all that kind of stuff. So so soon.
Tales of the Tails.
Tales of exactly, Tales of the Tails. But yes, I put Space Fury actually went into the row because that's my only working game of the three that are sitting there waiting, like hovering in space to be able to get into the row. And but I like putting it there in the line. It was a little bit like, okay, I'm putting in the arsonist amongst my good group of games. It was a little, so there's always that whole,
So Carrie, you should just like change all your social media when that check clears. You change all your social media and stuff, and then like they'll try to contact you. You'd be like, what? Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. The guy's from New Jersey. Yeah, he sounded like he could fuck somebody up. I'm not
gonna. Is it bring a crowbar and bash your kneecaps in?
Yeah. No, I'm like, I'm not fucking with him. Nope.
You don't fuck with Jersey people.
No, you don't.
Or Dave from Buffalo's.
Yeah. But so my Gapless guy, when he came out, he's we also made a deal. He's going to come back in whatever it is, like 10 days, less than 10. Like 10. And he's buying my Zookeeper. So which we never got 100% finished, but it's really close. And I told him, like,
well, much closer than I brought it to you, I'm sure.
Yes, I know. And I never got a chance to, since I didn't completely finish it, I never got a chance to go on Clav and gloat about it. Like, oh yeah, it takes a woman to complete a man's job,
right,
or something. I wouldn't have done that anyway. Although I might have fantasized about it.
No, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I started a thread with me and Tron guy, like, all right, who's gonna finish our machines first?
Yeah.
So, like 6 months later, he's all done. I didn't barely get anywhere.
Yeah, you sold it to me.
I painted it and then sold it to you. Yeah.
Outfit, I need help, buddy. The yellow. Whoa!
Don't touch it.
Goes on the neckboard.
Yeah, I know it goes on the neckboard, but there's 2 spots for both labels.
Doesn't matter. Goes on the neckboard.
Thank you. Doesn't matter what slot. Gotcha.
We're doing live tech support, people.
Let's just keep the film rolling. We might get some good footage here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to present. There you go.
Get up here.
It's already on my way there.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
Bart,
you're good.
touch those pins on the yoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put your whole hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the mouth flashlight action too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've all done that.
Well, that's your John Coolplay, and then you got the headband one.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen him at CAX.
Yep. I have to say,
What
I
do you use for
actually
camping?
do have some
Yeah.
headlamps, but
Yeah.
not as nice
Yeah.
as his. He has a
Yeah.
really nice, if
Yeah,
I
he's
recall.
all
He has like
dialed.
the spotlight and like
Oh.
it's not the cheapo
Yeah, he means business.
one. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah, no, his is very nice. But yeah, so Zookeeper goes away a week from Friday. I'm like, damn,
Oh,
that's awesome. And
boy.
so
You're a
then
selling machine.
I am a selling
Yeah.
machine. I'm a selling machine.
So you're quitting the hobby? Is that what you're telling us? You sell 2 games, you're like, I'm out.
I know, you're right. Yeah. Well,
I'm
3
a
once
seamstress.
the pinball's gone. Yeah, no, it'll be nice to have a little more room in the garage. And it'll be perfect because when we finish Ms. Pac-Man for my Ms. Bit kit, it's going to be beautiful. So it can be an end game, and Zookeeper was
There
an
you
end
go.
game. So it'll actually with the very, the same profile there, it'll be the perfect or very similar profile. It'll be perfect
Nice.
new end game. So yeah, it'll be nice to have a little more room and not trip over myself.
What's the over/under on Seabar getting crushed right now?
I know.
I know, right?
What's the? We should have announced the BitKit's new game that
Yes.
Crafty
I actually
released.
loaded them on my machine. Yeah.
What was the new game, Gak? I
So
forget.
it was originally for Mooncresta was his big
Mhm.
one he wanted to add. And I know Andrew's a big fan of that, right?
I'm
Yep.
a fan of that. Yep.
And then I can't remember the second one, but then he did Junior Pack, which I was like, whoa, how the hell did he pull that off? I swear that's like a totally different hardware base.
I thought so too because it
But-
scrolls.
I think he found some kind of way to do it. I don't know. I'm like, I thought Junior Pack and Super Pack were similar hardware, maybe.
Maybe.
I might be wrong
No.
about that.
No, they're not.
They're not. Okay.
Junior Pack is closer related to either Pack or Galaxy.
Okay.
And he did Galaxian, so,
So
that
he
makes
did it.
sense.
He based off Galaxian then. Okay.
I think it's funny that on Facebook, or I think it was Facebook, when he makes the announcement on one of the groups, is like, "Yeah, BitKit, new game." Da, 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 da. Then I read the comments, and they're all problems. Like, I can't get this running, this thing, da da da. I can't get this game going, blah blah blah.
So the other one, the other
That's
one is
the normal good news on Facebook.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. you
The
good
third
point, Leo.
game he did was, which I think he had Pango, but not the Sega Pango. So he dialed in the Sega Pango version, which I think there's 2 versions of that even. But the classic that I always remember is the one with the popcorn music.
Yep. Yes, exactly. I like that one. Yeah.
However that goes,
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the 3 new ones. And then
Ah.
I think he also updated maybe it's a setting you can do for the nibbler heads out there. You can do like practice levels. Like you can just skip to a certain level and then just practice that. Because otherwise, you're playing for like 6 hours to get to a certain point or whatever it is,
Boy, you should do that with eyes.
Right? Yeah.
Not enough people are into that game.
Could be. Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah.
someone didn't make a documentary on it because no one was into Nibbler either.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
yeah.
do a documentary on eyes, and then say goodbye to eyes being out there ever. Everybody
Yeah.
will want it.
Yeah. So now is it 42 or 50 something games? He's got a bunch of games now. But I've got one of the original circuit boards, so I can't even support all the games he has. So of course I'm like, this is some kind of some kind of grand scheme, right? To get people to buy the new board too.
For being an early adopter.
Yeah.
I don't even have mine. I gave it to Keith to
Did
fix.
you?
And
Well, and the new one
Yeah.
has Bluetooth also, which is convenient. So
Mhm.
I definitely I mean, I've had planned on having it in 2 machines anyways, because there's you could play the 2-way stick games in either 4-way or 8-way stick machines, but he's got 4-way stick games and 8-way stick games, and those two, for the most part, don't blend that well. You know,
I'm
Pac-Man with an 8-way stick doesn't work out so great. Yeah,
it's not as bad as trying to play the 8-way games with a 4-way stick.
Exactly, which
I'm looking forward to Lizard Wizard because I'm doing the 8-way.
Yeah, you're gonna
love
suck.
that name.
It's the 4-way. That's what
Wizard.
I had Lizard Wizard on my 4-way, and I'm like, how in the hell can you get any further than this? It's
we're
not
making hers an 8-way though.
Yeah, mine's an 8. Mine's gonna be an 8-way. Jim's is a 4-way, which is how I played it, and I loved Lizard Wizard, but it's so difficult. I'm like, that's
if you try to play Lizard Wizard 4-way, you're screwed.
That's why you can't play Scramble on a 4-way.
With a 4-way, yes, exactly.
You can't. It's impossible to beat it if you have a 4-way.
Yeah,
personally, I feel like if you only have one machine, it's got to be an 8-way 2-button vertical to do the bit kit.
Are you guys?
I just loaded just 4-way games. I got rid of all the 8-way games and just did only 4-way.
So that's like mostly like maze games kind of things, like
a lot of them.
Stuff?
Yeah. And then with Carrie's, I'm just gonna mod her Miss Pac joystick like I did with Gap Plus, so it's 8-way, and then she can do all the 8-way games.
Yeah. Although it'd be sad if I can't play Beastie Feasty. I wonder how that'll play with an 8-way.
I love that game.
I love Beastie Feasty. That's one of my go-tos on the bit kit.
I love it.
I feel like that one would be fine. Like
I would think so.
It's not too.
Yeah, you don't need diagnose for that.
No, it's not like you need to do high-speed 4-way movements.
High-speed elevator pushing.
Right. Yeah. Like it's so simple. Back and forth and. Yeah, and I'll just say on the Pango front, that to me is one of the most fucked up games because it's just so cute. You got like the little penguins and they're pushing the ice cubes, and you're like, oh, this is going to be a great game. And then it kicks your ass. It's so hard. Like a game that cute and with the little animated penguins should not be something where you're like, oh, and there went my quarter. Thanks.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Yeah, it takes a lot of playing to get.
Jack, do you remember the name of that game we played at Grinkers that had a name similar to Moon Crusta? I think it was you who kind of.
Oh that weird one.
It was fun.
It was like a space shooter one.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh man, I can't remember what that was.
It's called Space something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Space
Well, there was Moon Shuttle, but that was the one with that roller controller.
Right. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I thought it had moon in the name because it wasn't moon.
I did too.
Yeah.
You're shooting like the asteroids or whatever. And
that was so much fun.
It could have been. Yeah, let me see. But yeah, it definitely was fun for sure. I got Tango on a track mode now.
Yeah.
Are you guys a fan of Moon Patrol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Moon Patrol.
All right. So, okay, cool. So I'm going to post this in the chat. I don't know if you can see this, Carrie, or not.
Yeah, I think it was Moon Shuttle.
Okay. So.
Okay.
So the new Intellivision Amico system, they've been working on redoing retro games that they're going to be putting out on that system. And today was the sneak peek to be able to see it actually running. So I just posted a Moon Patrol video on it of somebody playing it for the first time, and you can see.
Why is there a viewer discretion advised?
On mine?
In front of us.
Really?
Don't they just do that automatically to everything that Mock
maybe
posts?
They swear. I don't know. Is it Moon? Yeah, it's Moon Patrol. Somebody's talking
some
while they're
topless
playing
girls playing it.
But no, it looks cool. I mean, for doing retro games,
that explains the Milky Way Chronicles.
I commend them for even attempting to do this at all. You know, so no, it looks fun. It's sort of like Moon Patrol 2, if really, I think. But
oh right, is it the one where it has like the different levels you can jump to or something like that?
This is the one. Each new area is by a letter. So you want to get to
that's like the original.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same as the original, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's like elevation changes and
the elevation. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like sort of that's why I said it's more like a sequel, but still retro at the same time. Looks cool to me. I'd play it.
Yeah, this looks like fun.
Yeah. Can you see that, Carrie, or not on your computer?
I'm actually not in the IRC.
Oh, okay.
So, although I can fire it up on my other computer. I do have
All right. Well, anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. That's one of the. I know they're doing a whole slew of them, like Burger Time and Moon Patrol and a bunch of Intellivision games as well. But yeah, they're gonna be bringing back the classic arcades. So as I see them, I'll bring them here so you guys can see them and critique them. But I thought it was cool. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's brave for nowadays for someone to pull a old arcade game like that and then redo it. So I don't know when that system's going to be ready. It was supposed to be ready this year, I thought, but I don't know.
And it's August, and we're not going to see those Replicate Dragon Slayers.
Yeah, where's my Dragon Slayer? What happened to the big announcement this week? And we didn't hear
they're supposed to be doing
shit.
the weekly. They haven't done shit. Yeah,
Not in 2 weeks. They haven't said anything. They said this week we have a big announcement. Silence, crickets. Where's our Dragon Slayer, Gak?
I know, right?
The liars.
Yeah, I want them to hurry up and ship it so I can open it up, look at it for like 2 minutes, and then it's going to collect dust for years.
Yeah, but I want it to hurry up and collect dust.
Right.
I'll probably
All
play
right.
through it once and then put it on my shelf, and then it'll
Yes.
collect dust.
Yeah.
And
At least
maybe
I put
someone-
my Tempest back in its box, so only the exterior of the box is going to collect dust
Oh.
for years.
I do keep the boxes. I think the boxes are cool looking.
the boxes
I
are really
have-
nice.
Yeah, I keep the boxes on those.
Plus, it's like all the little bonus things, like the coins and shit like that. It's like, what am I do with those? So just leave them in a box and
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're up in the rafters somewhere.
right.
for the rats to nibble on.
I don't have rats.
I know, I'm joking. It said rafters in your garage. Those damn rats.
I'd be terrified if I had rats.
Yeah,
Or mice or anything like that.
Okay, the Gleek posted the Intellivision Amico is released October 10th. I'll believe that when I see it. With COVID
I mean,
and
they
everything.
should release this Moon Patrol game like on Steam or something like that. That's fucking great.
Oh, I think it looks cool. Looks
I mean,
fun.
yeah,
Okay,
it should be a
sorry.
cheap game, but
Mark, would you post again? Because I'm in IRC now, but it didn't show.
oh
of
yeah,
course it
she
didn't
won't
show.
see the
There you go.
opens.
Yeah, oh,
Did
here it
it
is.
pop-
Awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, I see.
See, Bart, you got the flux
Oh, yeah.
capacitor going, and
Yeah, is it fluxing? What the hell's going on?
So maybe
you
they
got
got
enough
the.
plutonium.
There we go.
Tom, how am I going to generate that
They-
kind of
Oh,
power?
I got no high voltage.
What's cool,
I think there's something
cool
wrong with
about
you.
this Moon Patrol though is it goes up and down
I'm sure
and
that
it goes different
plutonium
angles
is
a
at
little
every
bit.
corner drugstore.
So the other Moon
1955
Patrol is just
hard
straight
come
left to
by.
right.
Yeah, it's a two-way stick. Yeah, left and right.
Yeah, I was sorely tempted by your Moon Patrol cabinet there, Gak.
Oh, yes. And it's very.
And it's such, the one thing, that does look cool. Look
Right?
at that.
And look, it goes up
Oh,
and down
that's
hills.
Yeah.
It doesn't just go straight from left to right. It goes up mountains.
Well, I
and
mean,
then
the
back
original went up
Yeah.
and down hills too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks
Yeah,
like a mega
but not
touchscreen.
in. Yeah, but
I mean,
not
Not
this
as
It
not
does,
as frequently.
Yeah,
it's like
but
basically
it
you've got
was-
this like
yeah.
long climb ups
Yeah.
and like long, like
Yeah.
shorter
No,
droop downs.
they have the missile command revamped on
Ah.
Mega Touch. This looks like another one of those.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm.
It
Looks
totally
like they put it
does.
on a phone. That's what they're playing it on. Look at it says tilt down, tilt
Oh
up.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Slow down to road. Yeah, that's definitely a phone.
So maybe it'll be on the
I
phone
feel
as
cheated.
well. I
want-
think they first put the first level on phones as a demo, but it's going to be the real game on the Amico. I think that's what they're doing.
Ah,
It definitely
well,
needs a
that's
controller.
cool.
Yes, I don't want to play with tilting to make it go
No, fuck
faster.
that.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, or
No.
pressing pressing a touch screen to
Yeah,
control it.
you're holding
That's-
like, ah!
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate non-tactile buttons on phones to try to play games. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
games
remember way
that way.
back, I downloaded a Super Nintendo emulator on my old smartphone,
Mhm.
and I tried to play in Super Punch Out on it.
Good luck.
Oh.
You can't do anything because it's so slow and yeah, it just
And,
doesn't.
and the
Yeah,
last
the
few
timing
bosses
isn't
on that
there.
game are just horrible. Yeah, like the brothers at the very end.
Oh yeah,
The two.
Nick Bruiser.
Yeah, Bruiser. Yeah, the Bruiser brothers. That's right.
Rick Bruiser.
So anyway,
For me,
go
the
ahead,
thing
Ray.
about the Mount Moon Patrol, actually, where I was about having it in my home arcade, is that when I go to an arcade, it's actually one of the few games I'm excited about playing. Because usually I go to like the barcades, their assortment of games is not the greatest, but but the games I like the most there are the ones I already own. Except there's usually a Moon Patrol, and that's actually something I can look forward to because it's like, oh, it seems like most of the barcades will have a Moon Patrol. I'm like, wow, if I had one at home, I really have no reason to go to the barcades because, right? Like, because then I walk in, I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
other than
had mine for 4-ish years, and Paul, the guy I got it from, like he was in the process of doing a semi-restore on it. It was fully working. He got a repro overlay for the control panel and new buttons, but he hadn't done it yet. So the control panel was like half peeled and like sticky, like the gooey stuff underneath the
Fucking sucks.
overlay.
yeah.
Like someone peeled off half of the control panel and just left it, so it was all sticky.
Oh, no.
That's why I had it for like 3 years, and I played the shit out of it like that. I'm like, I need to do this eventually. So then, like, my motivation was before CAX one year. I'm like, I'm thinking about selling this. So I like dialed in the control panel, got it all nice, brought it to CAX for sale. I didn't wind up selling it there, but like that was my motivation. I'm like, why the hell didn't I do this like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And then I never really played it after I replaced the control panel overlay. I'm like, what the hell?
I still have my Robotron
It's too
overlay
nice now.
art. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said,
I
I
wound
like
up
the
trading it
the
with
cigarette
Mike Wayne.
burns. I'm
Yeah.
weird.
What's that, Mock?
Oh, like I said, I have the Robotron new controller art, but I actually like the cigarette burns because it's like, first of all, it's the original controller, and it just cracks me up that people
Totally.
put cigarettes on it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. No, that's can have a certain
Everywhere,
charm.
yeah.
On the right, it's only on the right. There's like melted cigarette burns there. So I don't know. Yeah.
Unlike
it's
pole
just-
position, which has them just like all along the top,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that would be.
because it's just that little scoop
Yeah, it's the
up there.
perfect little ledge.
Yeah.
My Defender has it on the I think the
The
right
green
side.
button.
Ha!
Wasn't it a crack up back in the 80s though when people when operators actually put the little cigarette holders on, like their little metal with the
The little,
ridges.
the little like a
Ashtray
rainbow
thing, yeah.
taffy
Yeah,
or whatever that is, like the little.
Yeah, little ridges to put your
Mhm.
cigarette so it float there so you won't put it on their machine.
Yeah.
That's the
I
crap.
remember going to arcades that had ashtrays. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know.
Crazy. Good old days, right?
Mhm.
Before COVID, and we could all breathe in secondhand smoke. I love
Yes,
it.
right.
Well, it's freedom. I remember walking down like shopping malls, like indoor shopping malls, and you could smoke in
Yeah.
malls, like walking down the
You could
mall.
Well, the
smoke
worst is going to
everywhere
be
when I was a kid.
airplanes,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they
Airplanes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, your seat handles had little ashtrays in them. As a
Yeah.
kid, I'd play with them. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
Knock that off.
Like European vacation when they're on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, isn't it funny that restaurants would have smoking and non-smoking and all that kind of stuff? Like they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
What
You
difference
literally
does
could
it
be in the
make?
non-smoking section right next to a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, arm's reach. You could touch.
Yeah,
you
you
could
could-
grab the guy's cigarette from
You
him.
could,
and smoke
you could
it.
slap his cigarette out of his face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was
Sometimes
me.
you'd say smoking because there's seating there always.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That too.
Hotel room.
Oh, the good old days. The kids will never know.
Well, yeah, when we'd like hang out like Village Inn and Denny's and stuff like that, like we'd hang out for, the whole day basically in those places because they wouldn't kick you out because of the smoking section and no one wanted to sit there.
Yeah, and free coffee after you've bought
And-
one. It's just
Yeah,
unlimited
bottomless coffee, man.
bottomless coffee, and you just sit there and talk with your friends and drink all the coffee, and they get all mad at you, give you glares, but you didn't care, and you sat there. I did that.
No, if you're a regular at a place though, you just learn to tip them really well.
Yeah, if you tip them well.
Like if you don't
Yeah.
you don't require anything but like a fresh cup of coffee every once in a while when they happen to wander by, you're not demanding, and you leave them like a $5 tip. They're like, fuck,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
back then, yeah, that's decent.
no problem.
Yeah, did I tell you about the friend I had that used to put a stack of quarters on the table, and every time the waitress did something wrong, he'd remove a quarter.
Just take a quarter.
That's awful.
That's terrible.
Oh, my coffees. I can almost see the bottom. There goes a quarter. Boop. There goes your tip. It goes down and down. And
man. That's terrible.
if you do everything right, you get this big stack of quarters. You get $3, yeah. Or whatever it was. I think it was like $4 or $5 actually. Yeah. I thought that was a funny method. Kind of shitty though.
Kind of shitty, yeah.
Well, eventually, if you get down to no quarters, it's like, well, why am I even fucking serving you, right? Like, there's a only no return on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
I love the conversation in Reservoir Dogs where Steve Buscemi doesn't want to tip $1. I go to McDonald's, I don't tip. Why do I tip here? I don't tip. So give me $1. So why should I tip? So
come on, Seabart, let's go.
And the counter arguments, I totally agree with that too.
Not happening,
but like they don't, back in the 90s, we're getting
something
half
wrong with
a
the
minimum
tube, I
wage.
think.
Making $2 an
no,
hour.
I totally think
Wow.
waitresses should always be tipped. I'm not saying they're not. I just thought it was funny in the movie. But no, I mean, they made a good point in the movie that like that's the only job that a mother can work at and doesn't need to have a full-blown college education.
And you could drop out of high school and still wait tables and do extremely well. The thing is, though, it's stupid that like we as customers have to basically subsidize the owner of the restaurant to not pay them proper wages.
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't they just pay them better and then tipping could go away?
I think other countries that's how they do it.
Europe does that.
Anytime I tipped in Europe, they looked at me like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting more money. And they would love it. They're like, oh, wow. Got a tip with it. Their faces light up.
Well, or you tip in Japan and like Fuzzy. So you guys know Fuzzy or some of you know Fuzzy. But like he was in Japan doing a job and like he left a tip at the sushi bar he was eating at. And like they were pissed basically because they had to run him down and give him his change.
Oh.
They're like, it's fucking rude. Like you left without this is yours. You can't just leave your property here. So they had to go.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Yeah. I remember when a friend of mine were on a train going from, oh God, I think it was Germany I forget. So Germany to somewhere else. I can't remember, but it was a 6-hour train ride. I remember. And we had we were in the dining cart and we sat there and just drank and drank because it was like a midnight train ride, all nighter. And we just drank all night and ate food and all this delicious stuff. And our bill's coming and I'm like, I bet it's going to be like $200 or $300. And the bill comes as $40 because their beers are like $2 there or $3. It's like not like America where it's like $10 beers everywhere you go unless you drink them at home,
especially on a train.
On a train. Right. Because they don't price gouge like we do in America. So we gave him like a really nice tip for putting up with our drunkenness. I think I gave him like a $15 or some dollar tip or maybe $20 tip or something. He was so happy. He was like, oh my gosh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm like, hey, no problem.
They feed us gruel here.
I thought it was going to be like a $100
feed us gruel
bill or something. Yeah.
Hey, look at Gino on the beach.
I know Gino's in Hawaii apparently.
Living it out
there.
Yeah, did you have to do the 2-week quarantine or did you take the COVID test and you managed to bypass it?
I swear I've seen that tree before. Yeah, that's a popular.
His hair seems to be like poofing out somehow on the side.
Somehow he's got a fro.
It's the wind.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
There we go.
Nice.
Simpsons couch.
So what, Seabart, you give up?
It's making a noise, but it's nothing that sounds productive. There's no high voltage hum. And when it powered on or off, it goes.
All right. So Buffett, can you help?
I think there's something wrong with the tube.
It's got to be in his game somewhere because unless they broke it in shipping. Did you look it over and make sure they did?
I looked it over. There was no cracks, no nothing on it. But
it's running through an isolation transformer.
I'm not that stupid, Jim. I know, like the game's not even plugged into it.
Sorry, I blew up.
There's no net glow. There's no high voltage make your hair stand up when you touch the monitor. when you power it on or off, it kind of sounds like a motor being like shut down, like that kind of thing. So
Got any other Geo7s there? Or is that the only one?
only one.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I think it might be it's got to be the tube because like it's
Well,
getting 100 and whatever volts.
Well, what's your B plus? That's what I need to know. Like, what is your B plus voltage? Did you measure that?
Off the big white resistor.
But I'll grab my I'll grab my leads.
I mean,
Locked in at 120.
That'll tell me something.
Yeah. All right, one sec. I'll grab my leads.
Tell me what you want. What you really want.
As long as you got everything stuff right, then that's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is it's the tube that's gone because that tube, just the tube itself, sat on this guy's garage for how many years?
Yeah, but
that don't make a difference. So
No.
you should still have net glow. You should still
you should
have
get a picture of some kind, maybe a shitty picture, but you should get a picture.
Give me a sec. I'll check my B plus.
What kind of monitor's in your track and field?
Like
a 49 or something?
Yeah, it's a 4900.
Could just throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
I have
getting a little late on the East Coast. Talk
here,
to y'all next week.
Oh, okay.
Night,
All right,
y'all.
Leo.
All right, night,
You can't
Leo.
see me anyways, but yeah, good night.
Yeah.
To see your name.
Yeah, right.
Fix that camera, buddy. I gotta
Yes.
add that to the show notes when I start. We'll talk about we'll do Buffett's Corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do Buffett's Corner and live tech repair.
You guys
Looks
see the
like a sea
pictures
bark in
from,
the corner for me.
from Dave from Buffalo?
Yeah,
He got a
chilling at
picture of-
Laconia.
Yep. Got pictures of Fun Spot and
Oh yeah,
Brian Koo spotting.
Mm-hmm.
he spotted a Brian Koo
He did.
in the wild.
Did you lay a
Did
pizza
you ever
trap?
find his shoes?
Yeah, I didn't see a picture of the what his footwear was this
Yeah.
time, but yeah. I know a couple years ago it was pretty sad.
They were
Reddit.
church shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, loafers.
Holy.
Real fancy. Yeah.
Wasn't he making enough to go to a Goodwill or something?
Right?
I don't know.
I kind of have a feeling it had nothing to do with money. It was just like, they're still good. I'll wear them for a few more years.
I mean, if you're that desperate, even Free Cycle or something will have,
Yeah.
that, just post a wanted ad,
I think
Can't
Gak might
go
have a point. He
over
might
the
not just care at all.
Yeah.
Could be,
About that. Just it's just footwear. Yeah.
I don't think anyone was making like jokes about him being so poor he can't buy shoes. It was just like it's so goofy he's still wearing them.
No, that's a lazy thing. That's not a money
Yeah,
thing.
no,
Right.
I don't think anyone was saying Brian Koo was poor. I mean,
No, I doubt that.
no, it was just
Just the way the
still.
his brain works. Yeah, like
Like
there
that's
was
not
no
important.
logic
It's not
in
important.
throwing them away
Yeah.
and getting new
Potato
ones.
chips first, shoes second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, borrow
That's
chips
right.
first.
Exactly.
Omelet
Brian Koo took my nuts.
interceptions. As long as omelet interceptions can still take place, the shoes
Yeah.
don't need replacing.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you guys think of that post I put in Slack for that arm wrestling for $4 grand or $4,500? I didn't know
mean-
that's what they go for. Holy crap!
It's probably not what they go for, but someone's asking that.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
That's a Kozak Warrior price.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I mean-
that's crazy.
But the boards are where the money's at because there's reproduction CPOs or I don't know about the side art. So like it's the PCB that's really hard to come by. Otherwise, it's just a punch out or play choice cap.
Yeah. So was arm wrestling, was that always a conversion, or do they also make
It was
actual
never-
arm wrestling machines?
It was, as far as I know,
there were some dedicated, as far as I know, but most of them were conversions.
Okay.
because
I thought they were all conversions. So
I
I'm
think
sure.
there was a couple dedicated, but not many.
But
It didn't
yeah,
sell
but I
well.
mean, they look identical. It's not like it's still the same control panel and stuff. So if you just looked at it, I don't think you would know unless you went by the serial number, maybe like what if this was a conversion or if this came from the factory that way, because they look the same. You know,
Mhm.
So is the PCB dedicated or
same
is
like
it,
same like Super
I was
Punch
going to
Outs.
ask the
There
same
were
question, Gino. Yeah.
Oh, you mean on
So-
that ad?
Is it? Well, no. I mean, so is it? Can you
Is the-
convert
No, you
Yeah.
can't
board
convert.
to super or to arm wrestling, or
not to my knowledge.
I don't.
is it like a
think
dedicated
so.
like
You
daughter
cannot
card,
convert.
or it's
No,
a brand
it's
new
not, yeah.
separate? Okay.
Arm wrestling came out after Super Punch Out, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty
So
I
it's
think
its
that was
own.
the last
It's its
one.
own board altogether.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pinouts are the same as Punch Out, Super Punch Out, etc. You can plug it in
Makes
the same
sense.
cab, just the board layout's different.
Right.
Okay, so it's a brand new board. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
It's not
same
like
And there's not nearly that many of them as many of
No.
them as yeah.
very rare. I've never had the opportunity to buy one.
Jeff C's the only one that I really. I mean, you can come across like sold listings and stuff, but like yeah, even back then I think they fetched a premium when he got hit.
They're yeah. I think they
I'd
were-
love
Yeah,
to
they're
have
always
one
been pretty uncommon.
because I like the game, but I'm not paying the commanding prices for them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Major Havoc. I love that game, but I don't want to pay through the nose for it. You know?
Well, let me tell you, the scratch build ones, those are not cheaper.
Really?
Yeah, they aren't cheap.
No. I
Several
mean, you look at it,
thousand.
you're like, oh, the $300.
I did
for,
think about doing that. I mean, because I could build
Nope.
something, but is it just the board super expensive too?
so it's like $300. I think was what the price was for the naked board, but all the components and
like the trackball thing that you could
no,
buy.
no. The components for the board, all
Just the circuit board you're talking.
just building the board.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pretty close, I think, at the end of this build to what a used one or like an old one would sell for.
It all depends on if you're using old OEM pokies or the new design pokies too.
And yeah, that's true. And not even factoring those in, because even if the pokey is like at $40 a pop,
What the
like,
heck's a
whether-
pokey?
it's an Atari custom.
It's a sex toy.
Yeah,
Yeah. No pokey.
it's not. Yeah,
It's not your birthday.
And I see, but like just all the shit to build it is really fucking expensive. I mean, the
So-
Mauser and all and unicorn things, those bills were
What about
$100.
the board itself?
Yeah.
Like that has it all in it. Like, is that super duper rare?
Them all
or is that-
$100,
like the original one,
Yeah, just the original board.
1200-ish probably.
12 to 15.
1200.
I'm gonna be real close to 12.
Still
to 15.
hard to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way I could probably get a Major Havoc is do something like that, or buy that
Buy the
$700
$700
ridiculous
one,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
and then to buy
Yeah.
the control panel and then build the cabinet, and
Mhm.
then you've got to find plans that are exactly the Major Havoc.
And
Right.
I'll at least say from the zoo, like my experience with Zookeeper, my one and only scratch build, and I know I got a deal from UGAC, like that it's this false idea that you're saving money by doing this yourself, or even and even just honestly, even when you buy a cheapo, oh, this is a beater cabin and I'm going to fix it up, like, okay, now we
The
have
amount of
300
hours.
$200 in art, or more if you end
Oh,
up getting
yeah.
glass, like it all adds up. And for the Zookeeper, I started to do a tally of how much I spent on that. And again, I know that GAC gave me a deal that he, everything that he threw in
Right.
there was, I got free paint, for God's sakes.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, I know, right? And I mean, his email to
I
me.
did
'cause I
not
was-
make any profit. We'll just put it that way. It
Yeah,
was
no,
like
I'm sure-
straight
I'm-
up what I
Is it
Yeah.
made.
blue or brown
Yeah,
paint?
and I'm I'm selling it at what I know is a loss, because there's
Yeah.
by the time you pay
believe
for
it.
all the different, oh wait, I need to have the coin there, oh wait, I need to have this, like
Yeah.
there's so many
Mhm.
parts you don't think about.
Well, I know
Yeah.
Dylan. The
It's-
one, because we got our cabinets at the same time, the repro cabinets, and I think a year later he decided he wanted to sell his or whatever,
Yeah.
and I think he was asking 2,400, and people were like, "Whoa, that's a lot." But you think about like how much he actually spent on it, and then his hours, and he still couldn't get it.
Nope.
And then I don't know if he eventually sold it, but I'm like,
He did.
he
Yeah.
he was in at 1,800 probably 16,
Yeah.
1,800. Not even talking labor,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I left off with my tally at over
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I still I never managed to source one of the brackets and those the lights that shine underneath up through the,
Okay, that little harness that holds the.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
have that, but, and Gino was kind enough to, supply me with the hunk of wood and, at the bottom
Power supply block.
yeah, exactly. For that. So it's like,
okay.
that was, so it's like, I know I've even saved in places, and I still
Right.
spent over $1,500 on a game that would
Yeah.
be too expensive to buy. But all of a sudden, it's just a little
Yeah.
bit here, a little bit there. And but that's so much of this hobby.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it just, for some reason, it's more palatable if you just do it in little bites. And it's just like, it's
Yeah.
best just
Death,
not to
mean,
death
think
by a
about.
thousand cuts.
Painful.
Yeah.
that's a lot of restorations too in general.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that was my gapless too. Like I bought that game for 600, but then it was 550 for the art. Like, then the chassis, like all the stuff. And I'm like, oh, what do you know? I actually have like, you know, $1,400 into this game that I
Some
was
real
like, oh
money
yeah,
there.
no, it's a $600 game. I'll buy a $600 game. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not what I have into it.
No, if you can buy like a working game and the cabinet's basically solid and you can send the board away, maybe get it repaired for $100, do that.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the build from scratch shit, that's
So yeah, if you built a Major Havoc by scratch and bought a board for it versus buying one out there in the wild,
like a conversion.
you're probably saving like what, $400.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you're
If
gonna
that.
spend that in your hours easily.
Oh
Put it
yeah,
all
And then-
together.
true.
And then you have that whole dilemma argument of, okay, so one is like beautiful brand new
And it's
machine,
real.
Yeah.
and then the other one is like all original
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have one
And
that's original, real.
for
Yeah. real one.
similar-ish prices. Like, what do you
Yeah.
want? What makes you more happy?
And if
having
you go to-
immaculate brand new, or old school and you can smell the old wood or whatever, I don't know.
Oh, the rat
Old
feast.
wood,
Rat
right.
feast.
Yeah, well, but then also when you go to sell it, people aren't going to pay you the same, like if I had an original Zookeeper, I wouldn't be selling it for the amount that I'd be cashing it in for probably 800 grand more than I'm selling my repro one,
Yeah.
because people poop all over them. And they're like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not selling my Robotron.
Oh, that's like the thread I was posting in Slack about.
Tino's got a few.
people
He can sell a couple of his.
Getting on this new clobber because he picked up this Miss Pac-Man and he wants to restore it, and people that I one in particular, you guys know, I'll post in the chat here, is poo-pooing him because he's restoring it when and it's a decent shape original Miss Pac-Man, but I looked at the sides, I'm like, I'd restore that too, knowing my OCD, and it's his fucking game. Who cares if he restores it? It's fucking Miss Pac-Man. There's a gazillion
That's
of
the
them.
bottom line.
It's
You
your
own your
fucking-
machine. You can do whatever you want with it.
And he's not. It's
The
not
only-
like
the only-
he's not maiming it. He's not destroying it. He's restoring it. So leave him the fuck alone. I even PM'd him like,
Yeah.
don't take this shit personally.
That's the only thing I guess you have to consider is like the people that that want to like publicly show off their stuff. It's almost like they want feedback, but you have to expect there's going to be both sides.
Yep.
Of people giving you shit or praising it.
Yeah, you can't.
If
You're damned
if you want to do
you're
your
damned if
own
you do it.
thing, it's like, and you want to
Yeah.
post it,
Well,
you have to
and this
realize
guy-
you're going to get both ends.
You're gonna get but the thing is that people like this person butt in without the original poster asking for someone's opinion. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
look at what I found, and these are my plans, and you get people are just shitting on them, and I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what, I'd restore it too.
It's like when
For me, I have my games, all my games front and center in my apartment, in my living room. I want it to look as good as a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Yeah. And he's not putting an LCD. He's not like all the guts of it are the same. So like leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Just
Again,
salute
it's like
him.
bottom line, it's like what you as the owner of your own property, whatever makes you happy, go for it.
If you want to bedazzle your paperboy.
Exactly.
And it's a fucking Mizpack at the end of the day.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. I'm like, there's
Yeah,
not
there's
like
a
a
million of
rare-
it's
those.
like the most
cabinet,
common game
exactly.
there is.
Yeah.
If you want to make your Defender or your Robotron into a Toki, have at it.
You mean a Robotron into a Toki?
Yeah, make your Robotron into a Toki. Go for it.
If you want to put a white
If you want to
button on
be
your
that
Defender-
guy,
Defend that. But
Nice.
yeah, I mean, it's one thing if it's like a rare special game where it's like, all right, maybe think twice about that.
Yeah.
Because
Or if you're gonna do that, if it's not reproed, maybe scan it or scan the art or
Yeah,
something,
make sure
something
you're-
like that. But yeah, come on, it's
a
yeah.
Mizpack, are we going to the mat for a Mizpack?
right.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Right? Yeah.
And if you do a proper job and it looks nice,
There's
and
always
you're
got to be a dick out there to say
respectful-
something
yeah.
shitty. So,
And
like
not-
when
and
I,
not let up. And this guy's
there was
like,
a-
and his wife, he chimed in and he's like, it took him forever. Like where he's at, apparently there aren't many. It's hard to find games. This is like the first decent, like unmessed with, like unmulticated machine. And his wife wants him to restore it. She wants it to look nice too, and so she's on. And like, and a couple of these people are just poo-pooing, like, oh, well, it's rare to come across a nice original. And I'm like, it's not fucking rare, dude. Yeah, I took the bait. I'm like, yeah, I had to post in there, and then I actually PM'd the guy, and I'm like, don't take this shit personally.
Yeah.
Dickheads. Yeah.
I mean, as an arcade preservationist society, yes, I think we should keep what we can original and all of that. But at the same time, yeah, there's a point there where it's your property.
Well, and then where's the scientific breakdown of what is deemed restorable and what you should keep original? It's not.
There's none.
It's personal, preference. And is restoring it destroying anything? No, I don't know. Leave that's a whole nother can of discussion. But
is it affecting the resale value? Maybe, but that's up to debate. That's for the buyer to decide, right?
Yeah.
But is it breaking the community because all of a sudden some lost piece of artwork is going away on a Ms. Pac-Man? Fuck no.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's your shit, dude. I mean, fuck.
Yeah. Especially if you're keeping it anyways, like, or it doesn't even matter. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. That shit really irks me when people are telling someone what they should or shouldn't do, and I'm like, dude, this guy is not. Yeah, he's not multi-cading. He's not maiming it. He's not playing an LCD and flipping it, or like, so yeah. What the fuck? I was so pissed. I was like screaming at Carrie. I'm like, I can't believe this. And I'm responding to this, and here, let me, Then
I shared the screen grab with you guys on Slack the other day. They're local to me. There was a Super Don Quixote Laserdisc machine.
Oh yeah, I saw
that was posted up for free.
I know.
It was like a half-hour drive from my house, and a local friend Kevin, he shared it with me and Adam, and
who grabbed it?
Who we don't know. I was like, holy shit!
I saw that
before Kevin even shares it with us. I guarantee he already reached out to him. That's fine.
Which Kevin?
He's the one who owns the arcade up in Auburn.
Oh, I don't know him.
Out of Order Arcade.
All right.
Yeah, he knows that.
But no, anyways, that's super rare. One of those.
Yeah.
But do you think it could be somebody just messing with you?
True.
It was a legit posting.
Was it?
I checked. I
well, no, but I mean, but like sometimes you have people who post stuff to just kind of yank your chain.
It could be. But I just have a feeling it really seemed legit. But I doubt someone took it for free. Someone probably said, "Hey, I'll be there in 2 hours. I'll give you $500 or $1,000 or whatever the price was." But 6 or 7 years ago, I know a local guy who paid $4,000 for his.
Whoa!
I'm like, that's a pricey game. It's rare.
Right? Is
for
it
the
fun?
Laserdisc guys.
I've never played it. Is it really that fun?
I stood in front of the machine at his house and just kind of looked at it. And I didn't even play it. I was like, oh, that looks cool. I didn't even try to play it. I don't know. If you're a huge Laserdisc person, they would be the one.
Complete your laser collection and you look for this one game.
Yeah, but anyways, what we were saying, I was like, you know what? Like we're like, so who do you think got it? Like we're just talking about the locals that always grab games, seems to be really fast. And I'm like, well, if this person got it, it'll be for sale tomorrow for like $6,000, just because they'll be asking extra. And that didn't happen. But then I'm like, what if it's this person and they freaking multicade it with the LCD? In a couple weeks they reposted, they painted the sides black and put an LCD and put a 1601 or whatever it is. I'm like, that would be upsetting.
Yeah,
they have those. There was some huge number now. Yeah. The horizontal multicade, the Pandora machines or whatever.
Oh
yeah.
They're in it's over 1,000 games. Yeah.
Yeah, they turn into Ms. Pac-Man.
No, I suspect it'd be another local near you that I have an idea who it might be that collects and restores the laser games like that. You know who he is.
Oh, so my buddies, Kevin is listening to this.
Oh.
Apparently, he just texted me. So I'm pretty sure this is it right here. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yep. Oh shit.
Somebody's
Oh, what?
asking 5,000 for it right now.
Wow.
They got
That's
it
fucked
working.
up.
I don't know if it
Steve
was
from
working.
Buffalo. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. He'll throw in a fire escape with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Griffin.
So that's what they did. They
I
flipped
know.
it. Yeah.
Sounds
His
lovely.
high prices of
But
Griffin.
okay, so I'll say this at least. At least they didn't LCD it and put a freaking Pandora box in it. You know, like at least they
Yeah.
kept it original.
I know, I
Was it
played-
for sale locally near you?
Yes, Elk
It is.
Grove. If you guys know where
$5
Elk Grove is.
grand.
It was free in Elk Grove like 4 days ago or something like that.
Wow.
3 or 4 days ago. And the person already got it working, and they're in Series S or CERES. whatever that
Interlock
is.
switch.
Probably. You guys know where Series is? CERES.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Bay Area? Ish?
No. That's
No.
further south.
South? Okay.
That's like Modesto area.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Ah.
kind of yeah, if you live in Ceres, $5,000 goes a long way. That's gonna pay your mortgage for the year.
Yeah.
As opposed to us where it pays it for a month.
Well, hi Kevin, if you're listening, because
Yeah.
amazing timing if he texted me that right while I'm talking about it. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh well, can't get them all, right?
Not even
Yeah.
Gak. Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was Saturday. It was Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days ago.
Wow, that's
3 days ago that person got that machine.
Damn.
Yeah.
They're probably really
Alright.
good to their children. You know what I mean? Silver line it rather than just thinking bad
They're
about it.
saving up for their children's child.
Yeah, this is going to
college
help pay for their
education.
college education for some person
Exactly.
who's going to possibly change the world. So you know what?
Yeah.
Silver
Yeah.
line it.
There you go.
There we
He's
go.
going to
I do that every
Thailand
time
to
I get,
screw
like-
whores.
Every
Yeah.
time,
Yeah,
time I
kidney
get cut off in-
transplant.
every time I
Kidney
get cut off in traffic, it's like I just think in terms like, all right, you fucking son of a bitch, and then I go, silver line that.
He was
thing.
in a hurry. Maybe his wife's in the hospital.
You know
He's
what?
gotta get
Hey,
there.
there's some shit going on that's in his life that
Yeah.
I don't know about.
Yeah,
so-
we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Or he could
Maybe
just be a
it's
dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just an asshole. He's
Oh,
just an asshole.
He's got the mask on, going for his midnight walk.
Oh, he might be an asshole, but he's still probably
Yeah.
really good to his grandma.
There's Lewis
okay,
getting in
it's
line with the
okay.
protesters.
He's just an asshole.
Wait, are you in
And
Portland?
proud of it.
Break your shirts.
Did you bring your leaf blower?
Blow this.
And that's dedication, dude. You're outside walking by yourself at night, and you're still wearing a mask.
With the mask, yes.
Yeah, that's dedication. I don't
I
do
mean,
that.
I'm all about the distancing and outside stuff.
I don't trust-
careful. But when I walk the dogs, I don't wear
Yeah.
a mask anymore.
Yeah.
He feels
I
like
just
he's
keep
in a
way the fuck away
sketchy
from people.
neighborhood, I guess.
Unless
where he
it's
thinks
crowded on the street.
Well, yeah, but then I'll literally walk in the street in traffic to stay away from people.
Stay away. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
With
thing
my
that
dog.
worries me is like their little breath clouds that hover for a while. I don't want that to go in my eyes and shit. I'm paranoid.
Yeah, didn't we just watch Falling Down with a guy who's walking through a sketchy neighborhood by himself? And
Yes. Yeah.
Can I before we
Haven't seen
leave
pictures
Don,
of
Looking like
before we leave Don Quixote entirely, can I just say, Gak, I'm
Okay.
looking at that. I found that ad, and the funny part is I actually want to respond to this guy because he says in his ad, "This game is all original, works 100%, and it's 1984 original dedicated cabinet."
Yep.
This is the great line. There hasn't been any dedicated versions for sale in over 15 years.
Well,
Documented.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
Actually, I think
shit.
there
A
was
few days ago.
actually just on this weekend, and it was free.
Yes,
It was on sale
exactly.
for free.
Actually, you need to.
Fuck.
I'm actually.
Ooh,
So, look, I'm gonna
do
put
it,
my
do it,
offer
do
in
it,
at
do it, do
$1.
it.
To post a response to that. Is that
Do
on
it.
I know. Unfortunately, of
Craigslist,
course,
or
you
what is that
can't
on?
post it. It's Craigslist.
Well, technically, it wasn't sale; it was free. I guess that's free is
Well,
only on
you
sale.
post
so-
like as if
That's
it's your own
amazing.
listing.
Look, hey, wait. You silver lined that. Well done.
Yeah, say thank
But
you.
it's really a response to the person.
Oh yes, you're doing it
Good
nice.
attitude. I like that.
His daughter
So,
needs
yeah,
medicine. He
actually,
needs the money.
So, Harry, get this. You know Josh and Lodi.
Yeah.
Harry, you know Josh
Yeah.
and Lodi, right?
Yeah, I got my
So
space fairy
it
from
was
him.
6 or 7 years ago. He got 2 of them. And I
Wow.
guarantee he got them dirt cheap. And
Two?
he was
What do you mean
He listed
two?
one of them on eBay. He listed one of them on eBay for, I don't know, $4,000, or it got bid up to that or something. Then another local friend of mine, Dan, he just contacted him because he knew who he was, and I'm pretty sure that's what he told me. He's just like, just let me have this other one for $4,000. Don't list it. I'll just buy it from you. And that's how he got it, the local friend. So he had 2 of them 6 or 7 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, he got lucky.
Yeah. But yeah,
I love that
4,000.
story.
That's still stupid money. Yes.
Gak, was it that was an
Yeah.
offer up, right? That the Don Quixote was?
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
breaking out. What's
Oh, was it on
You
offer
are.
offer up?
The free.
Uh, I think it was Facebook Marketplace is where it was listed for free.
Oh, it was. Okay. I just want to make certain I cite the right source when I write him.
My real doll is $5,000, so please buy my Don
It definitely
Quixote.
was Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, cool. I
You
know.
need to pay
The
it
sad
off.
part is he'll end up with my email address because that's the way it works. But
Hey,
that's
make
all
a
right.
clone.
Yeah, you can always make a clone.
I don't know how do I make a clone?
Or just make a different account.
Make a new address. Make a new
Oh.
Google account.
Oh, Jesus, that sounds like way too much work.
But it's
Yeah.
so worth it.
Well, it depends on what you want to do.
I had trouble making my trying to get a Gmail account originally because it's like all the pain in the assness of it. Yeah.
Speaking of accounts, say goodbye to TikTok.
Right? So
Hope you
here
don't
was
like
the,
that software.
if you guys can see this, here was the original listing where it was free. That was a Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Screen
Facebook
grab.
Marketplace.
Nowhere near me, but I thought that was a cool. Anytime I see that shit, I go, God, someone's lucky out there. Like when Kevin, my friend Kevin, got that Tron for, I think he got it for like $100 or something, super cheap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gino knows Kevin. Yeah, that was like a great deal. Does he still have that, or did he just sell it off? You know,
No, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. If he still
me
has it.
neither. Yeah.
By the way, Carrie, we're not sure, but this might also be a KLV or listing that for sale, but who knows? Fuck it, right?
Does it matter?
All the more reason.
I
It
just
doesn't,
wish I
right?
could figure. I need to figure out how to
Yeah.
make another another email address since my full name is associated with this one.
A Gmail would
Just
probably be.
make one on Yahoo or make one anywhere else.
Well, that's where my email is Yahoo.
I did
Yeah.
Gmail or Hotmail or something. I guess it's alive now.
Hotmail.
Hotmail.
Mail. Oh wow.
MALE.
Oh, Hotmail apparently doesn't
hot
exist
mail.
anymore.
Hot female.
When I put Hotmail, it took me to Outlook.
Yeah, don't go to hotmail.com.
Is Hotmail around still?
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's now Outlook.
There are still emails. That
Oh,
are,
is that what Outlook
Well,
is?
my email address is Hotmail.
yeah.
MALE, like Andrew was saying.
That's goddamn right.
Email is the longest lasting digital fingerprint that we have. Everybody has an account. They always keep it forever.
Interesting.
I'm trying to phase my,
I don't have my
shitty
original.
one out.
I do not have access to my original email address.
Still the same
It's all
one since like
gone.
95.
Phasing out my hack to death one.
Oh, yeah, that.
Jimbo, you got
Yeah.
an AOL account?
I never had AOL.
It's
Dude,
an-
one of
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
best developers I ever worked with, dude, like fucking wizard, insane brain, just approaches application issues like you wouldn't believe. Just like the dude should be making millions for somebody. Yeah, his original email address and still is at AOL.
No.
It's like uber nerd, like alpha nerd. Like
why? And I know that was still
he has a
there.
fucking AOL.
You know, I still have a Cox account, and it's like I went to go like make adjustments to it, and there's like warnings all over it saying we have shut everything down on this. You're lucky you still have this account. Basically, it's
you better clarify
grandfathered in.
COX, right? Not the other.
It is COX, yeah.
Yeah.
Cox Cable,
the cable provider, yeah.
Yeah, I have a Cox Cable account email. But I've
Hotmail,
had it like
Cox.
forever.
Hotmail, Cox, yeah.
Yeah. Cox, C-O-C-K.
Coxmail.
Coxmail.
Hot Coxmail.
but it's funny that like
Cox.
they don't even want to deal with their mail servers. And it's like a super old hunk of shit, running old software.
Gleek just said Mox, M-O-X at Cox.com. Mock loves at Cox.com.
Thanks, Gleek. But yeah, it's like they don't put any time into like updating their email server, so it's all still using really old running shit. And so yeah, it's time to phase it out. Thanks, Gleek.
I don't change my old one because
really?
it's too much work.
We should be dropping that shit anyway and going to private email servers. Because
Google records
they're just recording all of our shit.
Yeah.
And send it to the government.
Here you go. Look what they said about you.
That's right. We should all be looking for secure email servers. That's where it's at nowadays.
Now, is there one in the Netherlands or something?
There's one. There's one attached to the VPN you just signed up for.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe I'll switch to that.
You should.
So wait, it's free with service, like an email with that?
We can talk about it.
All right, we'll talk about
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Click.
Because
no problems, Mark.
Google people are listening. Yes.
Well, no, I mean, you guys, you don't want to really actually hear about the details of this, so.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to take it off air, we can, but I recommend everyone switch to a secure mail server.
Has anybody really discovered the whole thing with like where your phone records your conversations, and then all of a sudden notice on Facebook that baby carriages appeared because you talked about baby carriages for a second?
I've heard anecdotes of that. So
yes.
that could be a fun experiment. So do you want to do the baby carriage thing?
They have done that with baby carriage, actually, but nothing appeared for that. But sometimes other things you say do appear. So I'm wondering what's up.
But how many of you actually use like Alexa and Siri and shit like that to actually talk to?
I don't use any of that anymore.
All that shit's turned off for me, so I'd have to turn it back on to test it. I mean, it's not saying they're not listening to me, but
so Andrew, my wife and I, like about a few months back, we're going through your Plex library. We end up watching 9 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we started talking about Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear to God, the next day I'm thumbing through my Facebook shit, and Dolly Parton shit advertisements showed up on my fucking Facebook. What the fuck?
All right. Do you know about her podcast?
No.
She's got a pretty awesome podcast.
Oh no, I don't know anything about that.
So I don't know if maybe that's tied because she's been kind of like climbing up in quality of podcast, and people are starting to notice it. So it could be just a coinky dink. I'm not saying it is,
but it wasn't advertising your podcast though. It was like just like fan stuff to buy from her or something. It was like weird stuff.
I don't know, but do you do the Alexa and Google Home?
No, I don't have any of that stuff.
No, that stuff's all that's off.
All I have is Google Network, which isn't controlled with a microphone or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but isn't that weird though? It's like, why would Dolly Parton stuff show up on your Facebook feed and advertisements? That's just.
And I'm not saying it is
out there weird.
I'm not saying, I'm totally not saying that like you're paranoid. What I'm saying is that there is a thing too with the human brain where it's like numerologists, like not mathematicians, numerologists, like was it Pi goes into this a lot, where like the dude in the movie, right, Pi, where he gets obsessed about numbers and specific numbers and then starts seeing them fucking everywhere and starting to draw like inaccurate connections between the appearances of these numbers in his life, and suddenly it has meaning, but it doesn't. It's just that he's thinking about it, and so now it becomes more present.
What's that movie? The number 23
Wasn't there a
with
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, 23. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
I've never seen it, but yeah.
So I mean, Pi is the one that
Russell
reminds me of that
Crowe
one.
had a movie like that too, where
Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind, where he would make connections that aren't there because he's all paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that that's not happening, because obviously the technology can fucking do it.
Yeah.
100%. So that could be happening, but there's also that inadvertent recognition. We can draw parallels.
Well,
like, that's the reason why people like go, oh my God, this dream suddenly means something really special. When you know what? It's just that you're thinking about that dream and something happens and you draw that connection. And it's
but
like,
it happens a lot though. Like my daughter was talking about a specific jelly, went from a specific brand. It's like this off brand. And then in her Instagram, it showed commercials for that jelly. So it's like, it's gotta be listening or something, you know?
It could be. Again, I'm not saying it's
weird.
100%. I'm not saying that it's not. The technology definitely can do it. So if they're doing it, you should be paranoid.
Dolly,
I don't
technology.
We don't read the fine print in the "I accept" statement when you first install it. It says,
"Yeah."
So here's what I heard: is what it does is that when you say "accept" to that, it does infiltrate, your mic and your contacts and whatever else that it said that it's going to do. So what they usually do is, if you have the app open on your phone while you're having a conversation, they will turn on the mic and start recording stuff. It's not just when you're carrying your phone around blatantly. It's usually if you have your phone up while you're watching a movie, you're kind of thumbing through your apps or whatever, and
while you're using Zoom.
you
guys read the terms and agreement for Zoom, right?
Yeah.
We signed up for this shit, right?
Sell our
we're shipping all of our data off to China.
So so that might be what it is too, is that you're just watching a show and then you have the app open, it's recording.
Oh yeah, totally. Like you're like basically like browsing Facebook like while you watch television.
Yes, exactly. And so that might have happened with Dolly Parton
while you're actually actively using
probably
it.
Did because I look at stuff while I'm watching movies.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucked up.
DP tech, I tell you, Mark.
All of a sudden, all the porn recommendations.
Dolly Parton's behind
sex
everything.
Dolls, what?
Yeah.
What is Crush Arcade talking about?
Mark, go to your daughter's house and talk about sex dolls and dildos. He's trying to get your daughter's phone to send ads for sex dolls and dildos, I guess.
My daughter lives here too.
I know.
He
doesn't know as your daughter's house is your house.
Yeah, it's my house. And she's upstairs. And I think that's an inappropriate conversation between my daughter and myself. Thank you, Crush Arcade.
I mean, at the very least, somewhere, right? At the very least, it falls into the awkward category.
Yeah.
Like really fucking awkward.
Here's my sex talk with my daughter. Men are pigs. Stay away.
The end.
I'm one of the good ones.
Except for your daddy.
Except for your dad. Your dad is totally not a pig. He's
a pig too, but
not towards you. Oh my God, I hope she's old enough. Yeah. Now it gets awkward.
She's 23, so yes, she's old enough.
Yeah, she's 8 years old. Nice going, guy.
Yeah. She's 6 years old.
Now don't you feel like like a douchebag? Yeah.
Dot ban.
Necros. But anyway, I just find that stuff crazy, I love how I'm not going to bring that up. Never mind. Scratch that.
Yes, censored.
Scratch that.
I think the moral of the rest of that, the wrap of that thing is like basically, yes, you should be terrified of the technology in your pocket and on your desk in front of you, and it's 100% listening to you, and it may be doing creepy shit, but maybe not as much as you might think.
The end. Ding.
And it's not smart about it. It's nothing smart about it.
Well, see, Lewis, you're taking it further. The thing is, it doesn't matter. Because like in a political climate like ours, like a conversation that's totally innocuous or something that would be totally legal, like nowadays, if all that information is recorded in perpetuity, that is information that could then be used against you and your family in the future if the political climate changes. That's how stories like George Orwell's 1984, The Handmaid's Tale, or all these, any of these like near Black Mirror stuff, that's how that shit comes true.
Suddenly you're a threat.
And all of a sudden you're a threat, or you're an anti-thoughter or whatever, and all of a sudden you're getting rounded up with people and put against the wall and killed. So yeah, If it goes into a database that's attached to your name and your identity, that's a problem. And we're on fucking YouTube right now, so good luck, guys.
Yay!
Ding.
I mean, it's not even the Chinese. We're already fucked.
Privacy as we knew it is gone. Privacy is gone.
It is. No, and I respect Apple a lot, and I don't want to get into an Apple versus whoever discussion, because Apple has stood up for shit for privacy. It's one of the reasons why I like them. But yeah, at the end of the day, when policy changes in the future, you have no idea. And if it's all being recorded since Echelon came online, we're all fucked.
Steve?
Yep.
Lovely
You know what's really
conversation.
fucked is all my cable, everyone's cable provider, that people, everyone's cutting their cable and just going to streaming. So they up everybody's cable bill and double it. And
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. So
The
when
monopoly.
I signed up for fiber, it was a lifelong
Agreement.
So they said that as long as you own the service at that address, they will not change the price ever.
That's
wow.
And that's gig
That's
up,
really good
gig down.
crazy.
So
Wow, that's
until we
nuts.
got better networking than fiber coming into our houses.
When I first got
okay.
I first got fast internet with Cox Cable, it was like 20. I know you guys laugh at that, but that's the name of it over here.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it was $26. Now it's like I think it's 80.
It's possible.
That's why I left Comcast.
That was like 20 years ago, right? I mean, for Cox, 26
Yeah,
bucks. That was 2000, 1999, something like that.
Probably. Yeah. That's a huge increase over the years,
Got to
Well,
make
so
their
now-
money somehow.
Well, but I've always been
Fuck
paid.
'em.
I've always paid for like the fast
those
home
Cox.
stuff from
Yeah.
Comcast, which is basically Cox and Comcast, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's always been like $75 a month for like their high tier residential thing.
Yeah.
So back in 2000, when I signed up, it was like 3 megabit. But
Yeah.
it's always gone up, right? So by the time I quit them, I was at 150 megabit for $70 a month. And then all of a sudden they started jacking up their prices, and all of a sudden it was like going up like $5, $10 a month.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I get a bill for
Speak it
like
up.
115. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You're getting the same service. Why is the bill going up? Maybe it's related to the streaming services shit like you're
They
talking.
like to do 6-month rates, and then every 6 months they jack it up, and then if you complain enough, then they'll I used to do that, but
you go
now
through that whole fucking stupid thing where it's
They
like you got to go
changed-
basically back to them and bitch them about the thing, and then oh, sorry sir, we can cut you a new deal for 6 months, and like we'll drop the price.
remember there was a
Yeah.
while back where I had problems with not getting the proper speed. Remember I had some internet trouble where I wasn't getting the full speed or whatever, and I complained, and then they had a tech come out, and some of the wiring was poor and whatnot, and
Always
went
say
back
that.
and
They
forth,
do some
and then
line tests and
then they eventually I had a good technician come out who was like very thorough. He's like, when you call, ask for this tier and this and you'll get me and check this stuff. And he gave me some special instructions and
gave you like the Konami code
kind of, it seemed like
for
in
like
a matter
tech
of say-
support.
Yeah. So anyways, he was able to get them to refund me for a few months where I wasn't getting the full speed. But anyways, like a few months went by, and I have Comcast's fastest non-fiber connection, which is a gigabit down and 40 meg up. And they I don't know what they did, but my bill was 126 bucks a month, and I was locked at that for like over a year. And then like after this all happened, like a few months later, it dropped to exactly $100 a month, like on the penny. And it's been that way since, and this has been going on for months, and I don't know. And this was way pre-pandemic and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm certainly not going to be like, hey, what happened?
Don't rock the ship. Don't rock the boat.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm fine with that, but yeah, it's weird. And I haven't had any problems with them or with it since. Knock on wood. But I would love to get fiber, but I don't know when that's going to happen. I check every once in a while just to see if any of the providers have it in my area. So
I still have my AT&T copper phone lines, my analog phone lines. I never got rid of it.
Dual ISDN.
Whoa!
I kept it because Well, I had a fax machine hooked up to it. I hardly ever use it, just receive faxes on it. But
Really?
then when we started having the blackouts last year with all the California fires, anybody that had a landline that was either on Comcast or AT&T Uverse, they didn't work. The power was out. They went down.
Oh,
Copper lines don't
God.
work.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. True, like I mean, like basically like any of the super high speed stuff. Like I mean,
Yeah.
fiber. If one of the fucking switches go down, then yeah, you're done. I haven't actually had that problem yet, but that's a good point. Copper's solid.
Doesn't America have kind of like the slowest internet around though,
We
compared
do.
to other countries?
Per capita,
you do.
per square mile. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
It's because we're very spread out.
It's our infrastructure. Yeah. The thing is, like, it's very difficult to roll out like 5,000 miles of fiber.
Optic stuff, yeah.
That's a big ask.
Expensive.
But
Yeah.
but necessary someday.
Yeah, as opposed to like South Korea, where they're like, yeah, we've got like 50. No, it's not 50 square miles. I'm just joking, but like much smaller square, like they're the size of like
Florida,
New York,
Illinois. I don't know. Yeah, how big? I don't know. I'm trying to picture the size of South Korea, but like, yeah, it's a much smaller thing. So nationally, they can roll it out a little bit easier. And of course, the 5G is spread out. COVID, so.
All right, guys, I got to clock out. I'm phasing out.
All right, Gak.
All right. Good night.
See ya.
See ya, Gak.
Oh, nice.
Bad connection too. All right. All right. Take care. We'll see you.
Later.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hey Jimbo,
Bye-bye.
what's Carrie up to?
I think she's working on her email still.
Oh no.
What's funny because like Jim, you're looking right, which is where Buffett's boobs are bouncing.
She's still working on her. I think the email. Yeah, no, sorry.
Which is what YouTube I think is seeing.
Yeah.
She's setting up that fake email account, or they
Yeah, she's setting it up as Mox Cox at
Mox,
Yeah,
Mox at
Mox
Cox.com.
Cox.
Mark likes cocks. That cocks.
Wow.
That cock.
I remember God, years ago, when my website my Adventure Through Inner Space website got featured on, I think it was Boing or some popular media site, and I got hundreds of thousands of hits all at once.
Was the hug of death?
What's that?
You got the internet hug of death?
Yeah, I got the internet hug of death. So with my web provider, I have it set up in the account to shut the site down if it gets past my plan, so I don't owe them money, because if you get too many hits, I forget what it is, but when you get too much bandwidth, they start charging you per I don't know, megabyte or whatever it might be. Well, it hit, and I guess it went past that, and it didn't shut down. And I get a bill in the mail. Actually, they just not in the mail. They just take it right out of your card. That's with the account for $3,000.
Wow.
And you didn't have ads or anything on that? So.
No, I don't run ads on my site. Yeah, so it's $3,000 they hit me with. And boy, oh boy, did my wife freak out, because it was on the family account at the time on that. And I'm like, I'm trying to explain to her, honey, it's supposed to shut down. Honey, don't settle down. I'll call him. We did not have the reverse
trader in your account, right?
Yeah, we did not have the money either. This is like when we were just had a baby.
No one has the money to pay $3,000 a month.
Yeah, that's a
website.
lot. But
That's
yeah, but we were really broke at this time too.
So
this
clearly
is
they
when
settled with you, right?
Taylor was just a baby too, so this is a long time ago. So anyway, I ended up having to call. I called them and talked to them and told them, hey, with my account and my settings, it's set to shut down, blah blah blah. She goes, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, it's taken care of, and I didn't have to pay the $3,000. Thank God. But God, $3,000 just chunked out of your account like that right away. It's like, oh my God.
Sorry about
That
that.
was a scary moment.
I remember like back when like a dig was still like the first, like one of the first.
Dig.
Like,
It might have been like a dig site.
A dig,
that did
yeah.
it.
They call that, yeah, but they call that like the dig effect, when it's like basically like you'd go follow a link from dig, to a
dead.
site, and it would be 503 errors.
Yeah, because
it's like
got too many
servers just
hits, the
fucked.
server shut down. Yeah.
So someone would like see some cool thing that some little web app that someone wrote, or
hey, look at this, it's cool,
little quiz app, or whatever the fuck it was, and it's like millions of people would basically try and hit that in a day, and just tear websites up.
You can't blame a company for trying because
yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
You're probably a corporation. They just pay that bill blindly without.
Right. I'm sure it's all automated. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. What they told me on the phone is that it before the system had a chance to shut it down, it was already recording all these hits or whatever, and that's where I got up that high before it shut down. And
but basically, their web application firewall that's supposed to handle all that shit was just crap.
Yeah, it was shitty. It should have shut it down in the first place.
Yeah,
I know.
It trips a traffic spike, and then it should actually see those as DOS attacks or DDoS attacks.
Yeah, this is long enough ago. The firewall software didn't deal with that very well at all.
Yep.
Yeah, this is back in
more than 10 years.
1990.
Oh yeah,
6.
You'd have to have a very good firewall for
98, somewhere around there.
We could barely keep the internet up at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but that was a
that was back in the days when we were still running servers out of our offices.
Yes.
Oh, remember those days?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Don't kick the server; it's under the desk.
Literally, exactly.
You kicked the power out again.
Turn the air conditioning up. We gotta cool the servers.
Remember, like one of my first asshole sysadmins, I occasionally would have to jump onto our production web servers and do stuff. And he had this thing, and he thought it was really funny. But he would sit behind me like while I'm like in a terminal, just like moving, like doing some basic shit. He'd sit behind me going, like every time I fucking hit enter. It's like every time I hit like return a command, it's like
jackass.
There's a bastard operator from hell.
You work for me. Fuck off. Very funny. Yeah. Anyway.
It's like my fucking dad when I'm doing electrical work. He'll come behind me and go, I keep
We were gonna do that when you were working on Missile Command.
Yeah. Thank you for not, but I know when the power's off and not on.
Made you think though.
Yeah, what a holy shit! What cap was energized? Oh shit! How many watts are stored in that tube before discharge? Enough to make your hair stand on end?
Couple. Oh, yeah. Make you stand on end.
Huh? Penis?
Oh. Yes, Jim. Penis.
Penis. That's the answer to everything.
So, I don't know if you guys knew, but I live very close
You're
to
walking?
golf.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah. A golf land. I just walked by it, and of course, it's all shut down. It's one of the original sites that Atari would test on locale for the prototype games. So that was.
So what I mean, prior to COVID, what do they have in there now? I haven't been into golf land in ages, but
I was there.
A lot of golden tees.
Probably.
They got a bunch of ticket redemption type things. About 3 or 4 pinballs, and the big video games that are like web apps.
Deluxe.
Or apps.
Oh yeah. They look like a giant iPhone.
Yep. And then they had like a wall of drivers, like Initial D, and some fighting games, whatever the latest iteration of those are. No classic anything.
Like
I remember in the 90s, they still used to have a ton of classics there.
Yeah, it's not a very big place.
No.
But it's kind of nice to feel that connection. The kids like it. They definitely like the mini golf. But it's all shut down. God knows if it's going to survive this.
Right.
That's expensive property these days. So
yeah, we had the one by me close a few years back. Malibu Grand Prix Castle Golf Games. They had the race cars and the golf course next to it.
I miss Malibu, man.
Yeah, that was an awesome place.
There was one in Miami that I used to go to, and that one's gone. It's been gone for a long time now. It's just,
yeah, another case where the property value became worth more than what the business was on it.
Yep. Knock it all down.
Are you guys ready to wrap it up tonight?
I think we're kind of done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
There's some
wound
crickets.
down.
Yeah.
Louis, if you're going to be out there doing this every arcade hangout, I think you really should be wearing one of those Mortal Kombat masks, like a Raiden mask or something.
Ooh, I like this idea, and I'm gonna go look for one now. Thank you.
There you go.
The full suit.
Kombat.
The full-on costume. Yeah.
And instead of like, get over here, you could be like, get away from me.
Johnny Cage.
Get away from me.
Sub-Zero.
Good time. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get some looks out there.
I'm already getting them, so might as well deserve it. All right, folks.
Well, for all of our viewers who want to send away from one of my personalized limited edition.
Oh, you finally got it? That's funny.
Clint had reached out to Walter Day.
Oh, so did I, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I sent him a note saying, "Hey, Jim should have a eyes card."
Yeah, so he
well, Clint probably got it
back and forth. Yeah, I just got them a couple days or a few days ago.
Yeah, you should have one.
Oh, look at that! The Gleek already found a Mortal Kombat mask.
See, and next Andrew will get a Rostan one, or maybe a Forgotten Worlds one. I'll get a Dragon's Lair one.
He certainly sent plenty of them. Jesus, I mean, there's like two of these that have like 30 in them, so there's a boat ton of them. And then he sent a bunch of other random ones and a personalized letter saying thanks or whatever, Walter Day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So yeah, it's kind of fun. He's like, can you write like 50 to 75 words to go on the back? And I'm like, sure, no problem, but what do you want me to write about? And he didn't respond, so I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just write about eyes and why I like the game. And then I saw some other people post theirs, and like what they wrote had nothing to do with the game on the front of the card. And I'm like, well, that's kind of silly. Like, why? If you're not going to talk about like the game, the game on there, instead of your life story, like that's kind of bizarre. Because isn't the whole purpose the spotlight the game and not the person? I thought that was this year's theme, because he wanted to put the game on there, not so much just about a person. But anyways, yeah, it was interesting to see. Like, it must have been pretty loose, like open-ended, like the criteria.
Yeah, you should put on the back of the car.
I got my first boner at 8 years old.
I was going to say, on the back of the card, you could put something like a carrot cake recipe or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing to do with it.
Just something, just like copy and paste from like some random book that you really like.
It was
why I hate Zaxxon.
Yeah.
Talk about a different game.
He's standing in front of Zaxxon. Yeah.
The whole reason why I play Eyes is because I hate Zaxxon.
I hate Eyes.
Let me extrapolate on all the reasons why I hate Zaxxon.
No, I should have wrote about Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Street Fighter. Yeah.
Talk about Street Fighter.
I'm not going to name any names, but I saw some people.
Blanca's my main.
And it was like, not once do they mention the game that they're posing with. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I've won 4 tournaments and won $20. No, Jim, you've won more than that. Okay, I've won $300 or whatever, right? Yeah, you can talk about Street Fighter.
Some money there. Yeah, this doesn't make any. Yeah. Oh, well.
Jim, do you have another opportunity to do that with Cheyenne?
Maybe when this whole pandemic's over. Yeah. I'd like to. Yeah, Cheyenne.
Right,
and then,
Clint,
I
did you
want to
hear
work
that?
on Punch Out or Super Punch Out.
I don't know if Clint listens to the show later, but yeah, we should do that for sure.
Was watching on YouTube not too long ago.
Yeah, I would love to get the Cheyenne record.
Too bad they can't just go by your videos that you've posted of it, you know, because you have it streaming constantly. It's not running on MAME.
Right.
It's running on original hardware. Why can't that just count as a submission like they used to do?
You know what, though? There's something to be said about doing it live, though, in person, too. There's some excitement to that. Because I could have, if they would have accepted things, I could have had a massive eyes world record long ago. But
yeah,
there's something to be said about being able to perform on the spot, you know, live on the spot. And no, even if you show the board and stuff, like, I don't know, you're in the comfort of your own home. It's not like the spotlight's on you necessarily. There's something to be said about it. Because man, I had
the pressure.
I had crushed the world record. Yeah, the pressure. Because I had crushed the world record way before even my first attempt, and I couldn't. I sucked ass at Fun Spot or whatever.
Doing it live, yeah.
And doing it at CAX, I couldn't do. Yeah.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Clint.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's willing to do that, to sit around, yeah, okay. But
he's hardcore, man.
Yeah.
He stood there for 3
he
or 4
wants
hours.
to see you win. Yeah, he wants to make it happen.
Yeah. So.
Yay,
Anyway,
Clint.
Cool. Yeah. So
All righty. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We get together once a week.
We love you.
Thank you for joining us.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
We usually do a game night, movie night, but those are on hold right now. So,
well, no, there's no reason why I have to be there for either one of those guys. You guys can do that.
Okay, if you want to show up to game night, you can.
But we really don't want you. No,
like, Andrew's not going to be there.
I will not be here this Thursday or this Saturday for
Jim. You know what the next movie is, right? That's coming out. Not this Saturday, but next after that.
It's on the website.
Oh, I haven't checked.
I have to fix the dates now because
The Believers or something. I never heard of that movie.
Oh, well, I had seen what was
and Doll Man
last Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. So
have you seen The Believers? Have you seen that, Andrew?
I haven't seen either one of these.
That movie's kind of fucked up.
I've never seen
excited.
it. I'm excited to see Doll Man. I don't know anything about Believers, so I don't know what to think. Anyway, that's not happening this Saturday, so don't show up for that.
if you guys can stream those movies without me, then please.
No, it's not going to be the same without you there, so we'll wait.
Sorry, it's just this summer. I have to
enjoy it. No, I'm not bagging or anything. You do what you need to do. I'm fine with it. We'll just do it next time. No worries.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. Nice. I'll do it. And we'll do it live.
Did you guys enjoy the movies last Saturday? Wait, you guys watched? Yeah, just talk about it as if it happened.
Go watch Cannibal Holocaust.
Mark's new favorite movie.
Yeah.
We've actually been having a great time with game night, though. The last few weeks, we've been playing a new version. Well, not a new version, a new twist on Team Fortress that we haven't played before, which is the man versus machine thing. And we've been grinding hard and working hard on strategy for people. So
is that where it's like a horde mode type of thing where they keep coming?
Basically, yeah. It's co-op. So we're all working together against the game. Versus like the team versus team thing on Team Fortress.
Yeah, I get really tired of that. That's why I haven't been joining. I'm just not in a Team Fortress. But if you're doing the horde mode, maybe I'll join you guys.
That's a lot of fun.
You should give it a try. We've been having
fun. When I did it before with you guys, it was fun.
Yeah,
because then you get all ready, and if you're an engineer, you're setting up your cannons, and
everyone's working together and trying to figure out and then
what's the best position.
Yeah, you fuck up, and then you got to do it again, and so you try and work on your strategy and improve on things, and
Does it end? Does it have an ending, or does it?
It does. Yeah.
Okay, so you can win it. You go, yay!
Yep.
All right, that's cool. All right. So Gabby, if you're out there, come join us for game night.
Yeah, so y'all for sure should get together on Thursday and definitely play.
Everybody else that wants to come.
I'm gonna be in the woods, hiding away from people and
cobras.
Detaching from technology for
taking a break. Hopefully, I'll see another double rainbow.
Let's go see that double rainbow over your van. That was cool. All right, everyone. So good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
And God.
And Jim can't play us out of here because he doesn't have any music.
Yeah. Okay, we're done.